Welcome everybody to episode 81 of the ADV podcast, and we've got a big one for you today as usual. It's going to be fun, not as important as normal. Although
wow, you actually admit that.
Although, to be honest, it's important to have a little bit of humor.
Actually, there's a lot of important pieces to this episode. It's just the main topic isn't that important because we feel like everyone... Dude, you turn on the frickin' news. You go turn it on. It's like it makes you want to hang yourself.
Sometimes, yeah.
It's pretty sad. It's in the world's not that bad.
Yeah.
So to cheer everyone up a little bit, we're gonna be making fun of celebrities' Chinese tattoos because we speak Chinese, and we thought, what better way to cheer everyone up than to ridicule famous people?
Yeah, exactly. Right? Let them feel depressed for a little while.
Yeah, exactly, because they don't often feel bad, right? They're rolling in piles of cash, rolling around their Rolls Royces. So I put a straw poll up here. It's actually pinned. We just wanted to get some information so we can sell to big data. No, I'm just joking. We wanted some information about you guys. We were thinking like probably half of our audience has tattoos.
Yeah.
We want you guys this is not the poll, but we want you to guess if we have tattoos or not. And then in the poll, tell us if you have a tattoo or not. So the poll is just, do you have a tattoo? Yes or no?
Anyway, we do have some serious things to talk about. We've got a new song for you all that's come out of the CCP.
Yeah, I don't even know if I can call it funny or just bizarre.
It's kind of bizarre. It's very high production value compared to what you normally see. So we've got some interesting things coming along, but I guess we're just going to saunter right into it by going into our What's New, and this is where we talk about what's new with regards to China. We're actually going to start out with something positive today. If you take a look behind me, there are a pair of shoes, and what do they say on those shoes?
It says Free Tibet.
Mm-hmm. And what's the dude's name who actually wore them?
Enes Kanter.
Enes Kanter. Sorry, I'm not very good at NBA.
I watch NFL. I don't watch NBA. But he's a famous basketball player. He plays for the Celtics, I believe.
Celtics, yeah.
Does he play for the Celtics?
I think so.
Does he?
I think it's the Celtics.
Okay. Should probably get our facts straight. Yes, he is a Celtics center.
Okay,
so
he's the Celtics center. Yeah, he's the center of the Celtics. Anyway, he wore these in a recent match, and because of that, all Celtics games have been blocked in China. They can't be streamed in China anymore. You can't watch any of the Celtics games in China, which is their usual way of retaliating. He had a little bit of a speech which really hit the nail on the head. I'm actually very happy about this. I'm going to tell you why. When Murray put out that tweet about the Hong Kong protesters, like fight for freedom.
Who was Murray?
Yeah, it was Murray.
Who? Who is he? Just so we can remind people.
He was the Houston Rockets manager or something?
Yeah, no, he's like some high up position in
whatever.
NBA.
Yeah, right? He's a high up
That's
NBA
my
guy.
point, yeah.
Anyway, the fact of the matter is he put out that like fight for freedom, stand with Hong Kong tweet, which he deleted almost immediately because of the backlash.
Yeah. Which is sad.
Yeah, because of that, NBA pretty much almost got completely banned in China. There was a huge amount of backlash. He had to apologize. Everyone had to apologize. LeBron James, like we talked about last time,
called him out,
said that he wasn't educated, all that kind of stuff. So, NBA really had to walk back and apologize a lot. But now this guy is full on saying, no, screw that. Xi Jinping's a brutal dictator. Free Tibet. Tibet belongs to Tibetans. And he's also put out a new thing about the Uyghurs as well.
This guy's the man.
So, I mean, the thing is, he's not backing down.
No.
And so this is going to put...
How epic is that?
It's great, because now it's going to put NBA in this position where they don't have a choice of, silencing. They silenced Murray and made him, apologize.
Yeah, imagine if they dumped this player, that's going to be Streisand effect. Yeah. People are already talking about it like crazy. NBA is his hands tied.
Yeah, it shouldn't be a situation where, the NBA and any athlete is forced to suppress their own...
Remember in the
views.
NBA games back then, people were wearing Free Hong Kong shirts and they were getting removed from the games. NBA, you better watch your back because there's a target on China's got a target on your back, I guarantee. And if you don't respond correctly, you might lose both audiences.
You might, yes, you might. Yeah. Here's the thing: we'll show you a little bit of his speech, but there's a video that our friend Lila Fali actually made about this, which I suggest you guys go watch. It's in the description later, where he goes a bit more in depth into what's going on.
Yeah, he's an NBA fan, so he understands.
Yeah. Anyway, this is the speech. He's got a picture of the Dalai Lama. Yeah, on his T-shirt, by the way, for those of you who don't know who that old man is.
For all of this, I cannot stay silent. I stand with my Tibetan brothers and sisters, and I support their calls for freedom. The communist ideology of China has been around for only about 100 years, but Buddhist civilization ideology and philosophy has been around for thousands of years. Only the Tibetan people should decide the future of Tibet. 100%. Tibet belongs to the Tibetan people. And I hope and believe Tibet will achieve independence. Brutal dictator of China, Xi Jinping, I have a message for you and your henchmen. I will say it again, again, and again, loud and clear. I hope you hear me. Free Tibet, free Tibet, free Tibet.
That's Enes Kanter, a 6'10" NBA center from Turkey. On the court, he gets rebounds and boasts a surprisingly graceful offensive game. Off the court, he's a vocal critic of the Turkish government and now the Chinese Communist Party. What's up, guys? I'm Lila Farley, and as most of you know, I'm passionate about the Chinese language, comedy, and hip-hop. What you might not know is that I'm also obsessed with basketball.
Okay, so that's a little insight into what's going on there. That was a little clip from Lila Farley's video. Go check it out if you have the time later. It's in the description. Now, what you're seeing behind us over here, guys, is a poster for the Dune movie. I don't know about you guys. I was a huge fan of Dune when I was younger. I mean, I like the original movie. A lot of people think it's weird or, it was not great, but I enjoyed it. And I especially like the Dune games on PC, number 1 and 2.
Real-time strategies?
No, the first one wasn't. It was kind of like a weird visual novel / strategy game / adventure game / something.
I remember I tried to play like Dune 2000 or something. Or it was like a straight RTS real-time
Dune
strategy
2
game.
was a
Dune
real-time.
2, yeah.
It was before Command and Conquer.
Couldn't understand it.
I loved it.
I was too young.
Yeah. So anyway, the fact is they've got this reboot of the Dune movie, I guess, that's come out. It's got some very well-known actors in it and so on. Okay. And China's pulled another China. Can you guess what China did?
Let's look at the movie poster.
Okay, who do you see?
If I'm to ask you don't need to know anyone's names.
Sure.
If I was going to ask the audience in this movie poster for the American audience, who do you think who doesn't belong according to the Chinese government? Who doesn't belong in this movie poster? Take a wild guess.
Yeah, who would they get rid of? If they had to get rid of someone when they advertised this movie in China, who would they get rid of?
Now let me set this up. When you and I were talking about this, because we heard that this was going to be released in China, we were quite surprised because there's a lot of themes of like standing up to oppression, that kind of thing, right? We're like, well, I'm very surprised that this movie's going to make it into the Chinese market. There's probably some pro-China stuff in there.
Must be. Or maybe. Who knows?
Probably. There's going to be something in there, right? Anyway.
Don't know how they do that. Like,
I
don't know. Sandworms, like party members or something?
Maybe. They might have like Xi Jinping badges on them or something.
Maybe.
Xi Jinping's kind of a sandworm. Anyway, he's like Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah.
But anyway, long story short, we were very curious as to how this got into the Chinese market. But we looked at this poster.
It's more like the Harkonnen Baron.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Anyway.
We were like looking at this poster and we were like, they are definitely going to change this movie poster. So what did we do? We went to Baidu and we looked it up.
Yeah. So on Baidu, we searched the Dune poster and let's get us out of there. Notice there's something's missing.
Someone's missing from that poster.
Who could it be?
I don't know. Could it be the black woman?
I think it's the black person. Yes. Let's go back. She's clearly there. Okay, you can see her. She's obviously
probably a main character.
Well, she might be a Fremen because her eyes are blue, which happens from saturation with the spice. But anyway, the fact of the matter is, she is currently in that poster, but in the Chinese poster, whoa, there's no black person in the poster.
Oh, I'm so surprised! What a surprise! And they have done this previously. Should have included it, but they did this with the Star Wars movie poster.
Movie.
They
What's
removed
that
the
guy's
black guy.
character again?
I can't remember.
You know the black stormtrooper.
Yeah, I just don't remember his name.
Yeah. Anyway,
I don't remember anyone's name in that movie.
Not even C-3PO or something.
Yeah, but that's not a person, is it?
Okay, Luke Skywalker.
C-3PO is a very catchy name, with numbers and letters.
You remember that more than the black guy's name. What the hell?
You're absolutely correct.
Anyway, the fact of the matter is, the guy in the Star Wars poster as well, we had the black stormtrooper, and he featured prominently in the Western posters, and he was shrunk down to like almost nothing, and in some posters completely not even in it.
Yeah, he's like one of the main characters.
The whole
he's like, that's literally the thing. The story surrounds him.
I know, it's crazy. Anyway, it's just China pulling a China again.
Yep.
Because I guess they're worried that if people see a black person, they're not going to want to go see the movie or something.
John Boyega. Oh, Finn. His name is Finn.
Finn. Yeah,
he was
Finn.
awesome. John Boyega was his name.
Okay. Well, Finn was the name in the movie. Oh yeah. So are we going to get straight into this?
Should we saunter right in? Oh, actually, let me do a couple supers.
Okay.
Because we have the ones that were sent before this.
Okay, we'll do those quickly, and then we're going to go into this silly song.
Charles Womack says, I think he's meaning to say Zhou, which is like a capitalist rotor, running dog, sorry, Zhou. Bad egg, capitalist rotor. I would not be surprised if Dong Xi Jinping brought these terms up again. Those are like old communist phrases from Mao's time.
Yeah.
Charles Womack says, I assume that you can write a little bit of Chinese. Yes, we can, Charles. Mm-hmm. If anything, I would get counter-revolutionary in Chinese tattooed on me. Good idea. Dylan Viennet. Hey, boys. Winston, you mentioned Peter Balsack all the time.
Oh, who?
You mentioned Peter Balsack all the time, but you never actually explained who he is or what he's done. Can you elaborate?
Sure. Well, he's part of this, or pretty much runs this Eco Health Alliance thing, which covered up for the Wuhan lab incident and covered up for the COVID-19. Because the fact of the matter is, he worked with the Wuhan lab of virology. Yeah. He's actually, it looks like, part of engineering the COVID virus in the first place. And he was the one who told the world, don't worry about it. There's nothing to see here.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah. And what was recently found out about that?
Well, it's recently found out that he had a lot to do with it.
Yeah, very damning evidence that the Eco Health Alliance, in fact, did cover up the entire lab leak incident.
Oh, absolutely. No, I mean, he got some scientists all together to write these letters to the Lancet and to these sort of, what do you call them, scientific papers and magazines, to say that if anyone ever spoke about the lab leak theory, that there were conspiracy theorists, basically, and that it's incredibly unlikely that...
There were YouTubers that jumped on that, too, that made debunk videos about me.
Yeah.
And all the comments on them now are like, this aged like milk. Because they were ripping me apart.
I remember.
Because they were joining people like Balsack.
Look at this gross old grandpa. Yeah. By the way, I think I counted he spits about 3 or 4 times.
You should probably say why you called him gross. Because he literally spits.
Oh yeah, because he spits. Like, he spits a lot.
This is mid-pandemic, by the way. We did not take this. This is very recent footage.
Yeah, no, this comes from last week. See, there he spits once. Blows his nose on the street. He spits again. Anyway, it doesn't matter. You can keep an eye out for Spitman. The sound effects are primo. So at some point I'll cut that part out and put it in a video for you guys. Anyway, sorry. Back to the whole thing. Peter Daszak, bad guy. Sorry, Peter. Very, very, very bad guy, and very much responsible for pulling the wool over the entire world's eyes and helping the Chinese government hide the fact that the whole Wuhan flu thing was coming out of China and that it was a bad thing. Anyway, let's move on.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. AWAS says, meet the funky Polish currency and keep it up. Keep up the good job. He sent us
Thank you.
Some Polish currency. And Power Shift says, Ryan's thoughts. And Ryan is Xi Jinping. Mm-hmm. He says, in my mind, I can picture a world without war, a world without hate. And I can picture the PLA attacking that world because they'd never expect it. I guess that's Ryan's thoughts for today.
Probably Ryan's thoughts for today. All right, so we're going to get back to our actual song. Now, this is a woman called Deer Show. Like deer, like Bambi.
We have to talk about this real quick. So this is for Xinhua.
Yeah, which Xinhua is the biggest news.
Yeah.
Xinhua, new word, I guess. What would you?
New China.
Yeah, exactly. Hua. So Xinhua is the top tier news outlet from China. Like every other news outlet, every other newspaper gets their news from Xinhua. Trickles downward from there, right? Mm-hmm. So they put out this music video recently on their website.
By the way, this is also on YouTube. They call their name in Chinese New China instead of Xinhua because people know Xinhua.
Yeah,
it's state media, right?
China.
So they actually make English-speaking YouTube videos for, I almost called us foreigners, for people outside of China, for English speakers.
Oh, it's just propaganda and soft power,
Yeah, but we always focus on CGTN and some of the other news outlets. I totally forgot about Xinhua and the fact that I guarantee that they had a foreign propaganda department, which apparently they do. And apparently one of the stars of the show, I saw so many fucking simps in there.
I'm sure.
All these people that I actually recognize from our comment sections that come after us. not Chinese people, like actual like haters from the West, because they're simping for her. They're like, oh, this woman's called Deer Show.
Like a deer.
A DEER.
Yeah, and show.
And show, like TV show.
Yeah, Deer Show.
Deer Show.
Okay.
And they call it that. And like, that's just one of those things where it's just so tone deaf and weird. Like, China doesn't know, the Chinese government doesn't know how to make propaganda properly. Why would you call your propaganda show Deer Show?
Deer Show. I don't know. It's kind of like...
It is, yeah. So anyway, long story short, I noticed a lot of these guys in the comments section, familiar haters. Yeah. Typical, like, certain age bracket, they want a Chinese wife or something like that. You know that type.
Yeah.
But they...
Nothing wrong with having a Chinese wife.
No, but they're actively looking for that, right? Yeah. So they simp for Deer Show in the comments. They're like, you're so beautiful, Deer Show. We love you. So actually, I fell down the Deer Show rabbit hole.
Yeah.
And this was the newest video she had put out. She's basically a propagandist for China.
Yes.
And she goes out there to be like the cute, pretty Chinese correspondent to say everything in America is bad, China's the future, blah, blah, blah.
But then they've put this music video of hers, because she has her own channel and stuff.
Yes.
They've put this music video of hers on the main Xinhua website, on the main Xinhua YouTube channel. So this is now official Chinese news. This is kind of like if... I mean, the closest I can come...
The whitehouse.gov.
Yeah, again, it's kind of like a press release from the White House, and they include a music video.
It's if Joe Biden went on the White House address and said, I love this music video, we had this made.
And that's something you always have to differentiate about. When you think about news, like Wall Street Journal is thought about as maybe a very reputable news source in America, I would say.
Sure, it is, yeah.
And then CNN and all of those.
Sure.
Imagine this was put on all of those channels.
Mandated,
but it came from the White House.
Right.
Because that's how China works. Xinhua is basically the government. That's their news outlet. The government says.
No, it is.
It's not basically, it is. So they're like, put this out. They put this out. So this is official Chinese state media put this out. So let's go through this little song here. We're going to kind of go blow by blow because it's in English. So we don't need to translate. It's very high production quality.
People keep thinking it's DEAR. No, it's DEER.
Like a freaking Bambi.
Like Bambi. If it was Deer Show, I'd be like, okay, maybe.
Yeah.
But it's like a deer.
Like a deer, you know? Like what you
like
go
what I can
hunting
see
for.
outside.
Yeah, exactly. Watch out for those Lyme disease ticks, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Winston's learning all about Lyme disease since we're in the Northeast now.
Yeah, it's crazy. Anyway, guys, what she's got here is it the same person?
Yes, it is.
It's the same person. So she's dressed up as a foreigner.
This is a music video.
On the one side. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't too. And then she's dressed up as like a Chinese nurse on the other side. So let's go through this. We'll break it down.
After COVID broke.
Now, you know what this is? This is American McGee's COVID. Okay, just saying. American McGee's COVID.
Oh, we got some updates.
Yeah, we got some updates. Anyway, let's continue on.
How Donald Trump once vowed, it is just a normal flu, what's the fuss about? Kept attending fancy parties and my senses came. On the confirmed cases list, I saw the goer's name.
I just figured I'd throw in some cheeky rebuttals here. In order to actually have a great experience for this Deer Show, I figured we'd break down each piece. So I threw in some key points here. Now, this is no defense of Donald Trump and his absolutely R-word, like
calling
methods.
it the flu. But one thing you have to remember, the Chinese state media also called it the flu.
Yes.
Like, not more serious than the flu. And all of the shills, now, they've deleted their videos since, but guess what, guys? I may have downloaded those. I may have a copy.
Boy, I can't believe it, because we had forgotten that they had made the CCP shills, these foreign guys, non-Chinese, made these videos that were saying that COVID was just a flu, and they were getting instructions from the Chinese government to say that.
Yeah, a couple of the high-profile shills actually have videos on their channel where they're like, look, the flu's more deadly than this thing. What are you even
Because that was the
about?
Chinese... So what I want everyone to remember is the Chinese government's initial response was to put out a news broadcast that said, no one talk about corona. They literally have a news clip where the woman says, don't talk about coronavirus or you will be arrested, right? Yeah. Number two, their next line of defense was to say that COVID is not as bad as the flu. Yeah. Which we were like, oh my God, if they're saying that, that's what gave us alarm bells. Yeah. When the CCP said that, we were like, holy shit, this is going to be bad. Yeah. Number three, keep in mind what they told the WHO. They literally said, what? Preliminary investigations conducted by Chinese authorities have found no clear evidence of human-to-human transmission of the coronavirus. keep in mind, guys, the beginning of the pandemic, according to the CCP, wasn't bad.
Yeah.
They said it wasn't dangerous.
And now this is when Donald Trump was saying that it was
correct,
like the
based
flu.
on information.
Based on information from China. Wow, it was. I mean, don't forget the WHO was going out there and saying, according to China, we should not put any travel bans in place. We should not put, any kind of mask mandates, all that kind of stuff, because there's no clear evidence of human-to-human transmission, according to the Chinese authorities.
Right.
Okay. So anyway, that's why.
And what I wanted to say is the difference from us and them is we can also say Trump's recommendations and all that bad shit that happened after that. That's bad.
Yeah,
but
it was
we can
rubbish.
criticize that.
Absolutely,
they can't.
And they can criticize it too, but they don't criticize Xi Jinping and his bullshit. Anyway, let's continue, shall we? Where's the next part?
It's coming. I just, some cheeky little...
Yeah, we got some little couple of rebuttals.
It was never just a flu, this is what we had to do. Build hospitals in 10 days, not a year or two.
Let's talk about those hospitals that were built in 10 days.
Can I say one thing first? She said it was never just a flu. That's the title of the song. It's called It's Not Just a Flu.
Yeah, exactly. But you said that, though. Chinese government
said it was.
So it's we were all, the world was all impressed at this great feat of building this temporary housing.
Temporary hospitals, yeah.
But guess what? It was crap, okay?
It was all propaganda.
Not only was it crap, but they just tore it down after treating something like only 5,000 patients in there.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah.
So they spent all this huge... It was just a big...
Huge propaganda play.
It was just a big face game. It was just a bunch of nonsense, to brag about. Look at this. It was a ploy, a distraction, because all it ended up being was, as you can see in the background, this is video that was shot inside of those temporary hospitals that was smuggled out. They were basically like prison cells. It's leaking. You can see water's leaking.
They could barely use them properly.
This is when it was finished. This is not while it was during construction. This is after it was finished. It was leaking, falling apart. It was actually just a complete waste of resources.
It was made for that famous time lapse of building the hospitals in 12 days or whatever.
That was what it was made for. It was not a good...
The Chinese government did not bank on these videos leaking. No pun intended.
But yeah, the actual buildings leak. Look, there's the water coming through the roofs and stuff.
They could barely use the hospitals properly.
Yeah, I mean, why do you think they got torn down after a very short period of time?
Yeah.
They don't exist anymore. So it's, once again, it's always this massive, bragging thing. Look how amazing we are. Look at what we did. We built these hospitals in 10 days. Well, guess what? You built garbage, which doesn't exist anymore. So stop bragging about it. You know what I mean? Anyway, what does she say next?
Number 1, now to problem number 2. All the sites of infections, we insist on looking through.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
Because did they insist on looking through all those infections? Wait a minute. Maybe you can go back so we can look at that. From what I remember, there was a big banquet in Wuhan where over 100,000 people attended, and the Chinese government arrested people when people brought up the fact that there might be a pandemic spreading through that banquet.
That's right.
And then
Number 1, now to problem number 2. All the sites of infections, we insist on looking through.
So Dr. Li Wenliang, when he found out that there was something really bad happening medically with his patients,
he spread it on his WeChat group, and he just to other doctors to warn them. And because he did that, he got arrested and forced to sign basically a warning letter that said, "Stop spreading rumors. I'm not going.
He was the one that alerted the world, and then he died.
Yeah, of course.
Anyway.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Anyway, let's see what else she's got up her sleeve. Dear show.
Would you take some measures too? No, all is great. We don't have to do nothing and just wait till this May. Must reuse a disinfectant, chloroquine with aid. Cases more than 1 million WHO to play.
Well,
yeah,
so
but
yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, the WHO based its information off of what it was getting from Chinese authorities. And that's the problem. Again, people seem to forget this. They love to push the blame on Trump. And I mean, everybody can now look back and say that what he was saying was a bunch of garbage. But again, where did that originate from? It originated from the fact that the Chinese authorities and the WHO, which are supposed to be the most trusted organization in the world when it comes to world health, that's why it's a UN-based thing. It's like that's who you look to when a pandemic strikes out. The World Health Organization, they were putting this shit out that they were being told by the Chinese government. They were completely towing the line. Whatever the CCP said, they said. And so people like Trump and everyone else in the world would look to the WHO and say, okay, I trust them because that's their job. And then look what that led to.
Yeah. Problem is that, to be totally honest, though, is that the Trump administration kept going with that information after we already knew it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's another story for another time.
It's another story for another time, but at the same time, that's the part that people tend to forget is because of this hyper-politicized, American Trump versus Hillary versus Biden stuff, which actually is not that bloody important, but it gets blown out of proportion. It's really damaged the world because people were willing to overlook real facts and overlook, what the CCP was doing just because they could wag a finger and say Trump bad,
Correct.
That's the problem with it. Whether you like Trump or not, the fact that people were focusing on blaming Trump for something rather than the real deal, a lot of stuff slipped through the cracks, Anyway.
Stay at home, get your work done, follow the rules, the virus gone. I saw your party, members run. We are rushing to Wuhan.
Can you explain that last line that she said?
Well, I'll play it again. Then.
Okay, we'll play it again.
It's kind of rushed.
Yeah, okay. So she says,
Stay
at home, get your work done, follow the rules till virus gone.
home, get your work done, follow the rules, the virus gone.
That's supposed to be what China's saying, right?
Yes.
Saw your party, members
So your party...
run. We are rushing to Wuhan.
So she says, the American woman, the American actress says, I saw your party members run because there was a lot of CCP members that were actually running away during the pandemic because they were so worried. And she replies, no, they were rushing to Wuhan to help out. But I just want to remind everyone what Xi Jinping was doing at that coronavirus response. Do you remember that?
Yeah, he disappeared for weeks.
3 weeks?
Yeah, he just disappeared.
No speeches.
Nope.
No visits.
Nothing.
God.
And when he did visit, it was like remote.
He was, he was bunkered down and like being protected.
Yeah. So he disappeared. He's the one who ran. This is something you'll find about the CCP and its propaganda is that they will often, in fact, always accuse other countries of doing the things that they actually do themselves. And they point the finger and say, "Oh, you're a coward." You can 100% know that they are a coward. You know what I mean? Or, "Oh, you ran away." Yeah, no, they ran away. You know what I mean? "Oh, it leaked out of your lab." No, it leaked out of your lab. That kind of thing. Anyway, let's continue with this ridiculous music video. When it gets there, what's she gonna say next? I wonder.
I bet you've gone out of your mind. I knew what I had to do. Throughout China's 5,000-year history, whenever crisis strikes, we're united as one.
What did she say about that?
Okay, first of all, she says throughout China's 5,000-year history. Look, China has only 72 years of history right now. Okay, that's when the 新中国没共产党没新中国, as they say. Without the Communist Party, there's no new China. Now, I'm not trying to be facetious here, but Mao Zedong and his bullshit cultural revolution and Great Leap Backwards destroyed most of Chinese history, okay, to the point where...
On purpose.
Yeah, there is no more history. This 5,000-year history, most of it was lost during that time, okay? It was preserved in Taiwan to an extent, in Japan to an extent, some other places. But China has basically a 72-year history, all right? And even this whole claim of 5,000 years has been debunked in a way. It's not. I mean, there's like records of like up to like 2,000.
I want to teach her. I want to give her a little lesson here.
Okay, but yeah, I mean, the most important part is she says throughout China's 5,000-year history,
whenever crisis strikes, we're united as one.
Whenever crisis strikes, we're united as one. So
that's just unbelievable.
Yeah.
Can we have a look?
Yeah.
Let's look at Chinese history
now,
then.
what we can dig up is 3,000 years back of like kind of recorded stuff. Okay, and what do we get from 3,000 years back? Let's just take a look.
Let's see. Okay. Well,
this is
here
China.
we go. This is China. Let's look at the absolute unity of China. Wait, these are warring states.
Yes.
And I sped this up big time, but here we go. Here's the Han Dynasty. Then we have the Wei Dynasty, the Jin Dynasty, and the Liu Song Dynasty, and then Liang, and then Tang, and then... Whoa, this is going too crazy. It's going too fast. There was Liao and the Song. And then we have the Jin Dynasty. Oh, let's see the Yuan Dynasty, which is
Mongolia.
Back.
Yeah,
I just want to show that real quick.
Okay,
the biggest China has ever been.
The biggest was when it was conquered by Genghis Khan.
Yeah, Genghis Khan and it's actually the Yuan Dynasty. China likes to say that China has unbroken history.
I'll get there.
Even when they were conquered by the Mongols.
Yeah, that's when Genghis Khan ruled China.
Yeah, I wouldn't really call it a dynasty so much as you were conquered by a foreign nation.
That's correct. And that was the most unified they ever were.
Yeah, well, technically, in terms of land size, yeah. And you have the Ming, Then we have the Qing, and then it gets bigger, and then we have the Republic of China. Now we have the People's Republic of China. Tell me, where in that 5,000 years of history is this unity during crisis?
Exactly.
You mean the warring states period when the country wasn't even a country? Do you think you can go back to the Jin dynasty and say, what country do you belong to? 你是什么国家的? They will say, what's a country?
Yeah, they'll be like, what is a country? Let's even just go back, like, this is supposed to be 3,000 years ago, whatever, like 534 BC. That's that's about the size of, I don't know, like Europe or something, smaller than Europe, that area, and a couple of little warring states.
Much smaller.
That's not a unified country, and it's not fighting against the pandemic.
There's no such thing as a nation state.
No, China, as we know it today, is a very young country.
Yes,
you know,
one of the younger countries.
Yes, absolutely. So this whole 5,000 years of history bullshit they throw out there, it's actually not true. It's absolute garbage.
There are remnants of different dynasties and stuff that contribute to modern dominant Chinese culture, but the modern dominant Chinese culture is Han culture, which was diluted in eventually just People's Republic of China culture.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, I just get so worked up over the 5,000 years bullshit. It doesn't make sense. America has 5,000 years of history because Native Americans lived here.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just, okay, we can go by that logic.
Every
then.
country's got 5,000 years of history, my friend. Every single country, even if there are no people living there.
Sure.
Anyway, let's go back to
our history lesson.
All right, let's get us out of there.
Yeah.
Discuss anything you need. Fight together till we succeed.
Yeah.
Anything you need, we'll fight together until we succeed. Let's see what happens when you try to tell people and warn people, your fellow compatriots, your fellow citizens.
Yes.
What happens when you send them a WeChat message saying, I think there's a virus going around.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think you should stay home or maybe be careful about it.
Yeah,
Let's
exactly. See. So we're going to have to read these subtitles for you. Do you want to read these?
Sure.
Okay, so what we've got is a bunch of police outside of someone's door trying to knock it on the door and telling them something. Let's see what did they say.
No one is allowed to release any information about the coronavirus outbreak, especially when it's not declared by the officials. Let me make it clear to you that there are no confirmed cases so far. Clear? Disclosing information without official approval and causing social impact shall be investigated for legal responsibility. Now we ask you to immediately, first, delete your previous WeChat message. Second, to publish another post to correct the previous one. If you refuse to undo the damage and you have made and apologize, we'll investigate your legal responsibility and deal with it according to the law. Understand? This is how we deal with it across the country now. So that's the unity.
Yeah, that's what they're talking
trying to
about.
warn your family members about virus.
Absolutely.
You get arrested.
Correct.
And you have to delete your social media.
Yep. That's the thing. It's widespread. People trying to talk about it or warn people about it, they get visited by the police. So, yeah. Anyway, let's continue with a silly song.
Testing, tracing, warning too. It's no way just a flu. You break their spirit so they obey. You'll never do anything you say.
我叫你把手机关了，你不信我就给你发火了。
你给我发火吧。
我就给你关了。还在这录，再录我就给你关了，我给你砸了。
这个人抢我的手机，并且要准备喝砸我手机。
你还录？我不允许你录，你再录我就给你砸了。
Yeah.
In that clip, we can see that was actually one of the earlier whistleblowers. They were trying to deal with a virus and say, look, we need help. This is what's going on. And she got arrested. She's rotting away in jail, and she almost died, by the way.
Yeah.
And that guy tried to smash her phone. He was instructed by the government not to allow anyone to film or talk about the coronavirus.
Absolutely. Let's see where this goes next.
Call it Bruce, but I just want freedom. It's my way. I ask you, isn't it a deprivation of freedom to obey the rules? Oh,
Deprivation.
Yeah, what is a deprivation? They come up with these words.
Yeah, I think deprivation.
Yes.
What's a deprivation?
A deprivation of the rules. Okay, so this is America trying to be all like, I want my freedom. So what's China going to say back?
no, only emptily call for freedom.
Emptily call? What emptily call? So maybe a hollow call, right? I emptily
Trying
call.
to make an echo like it's empty.
This, I don't know, this is an emptily can. I don't
Scream
understand.
freedom into it.
Yeah. Freedom! Emptily call. It's kind of ridiculous anyway. Well done, state media. Emptily call for freedom every day.
Every day, as citizens, we live up to our country's aim.
You're right.
Yeah.
Except when the police and
Except when you don't want to be leaving your house and the police drag you out.
And
Forcibly quarantine.
lock you in. That's what the citizens know the country's aim.
Yeah.
They know what to do. They know how to participate.
Yes, they do.
That's why you have to drag them.
That's why it's so easy when they put out these propaganda videos, is that you can prove what they're saying is just bullshit simply because their videos out there that prove it.
I know.
You know, it's just simple. Yeah. Anyway, for those of you at home, what's happening is a family is being dragged out of their homes to be forcibly quarantined here, and that happened a lot in China.
Oh,
A
jeez.
hell of a
Like
lot.
thousands of instances were captured on film.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say film. No one was using a film camera.
No.
On cell phone
Cell
videos.
phone video. Yeah. Exactly.
Anyway, you get the point.
Yeah. I'll fast forward a little bit
yeah.
more.
It's extended.
Yeah, it's an
Vision.
extended.
Within
Drag
the
them
vision
down
of-
the. Yeah.
Far and wide, I rule the earth with a beautiful.
Okay, now let's get back to our lovely little American McGee's
Deer show.
coronavirus. Yeah.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah. Let's see.
Far and wide, I rule the earth with a beautiful slogan. But there is more in mind, I have a greater plan. Manipulating WHO is fun.
So, hang on a second.
Yes.
Now they are saying that
Yes.
the America manipulates the
Yes.
WHO. Again, it's saying what they do. Come on.
Like, I feel bad for Deer Show. She probably gets a script or something.
I don't feel
I
bad
mean,
for
maybe-
Deer Show.
No, I just feel bad that she has to look so stupid.
so dumb. Yeah.
After, like, really though, the U.S. manipulating the WHO. I mean, you just, the tweets are out there, guys.
Not only the tweets, but Tedros,
Yeah.
the leader of the WHO, he got into power because the Chinese government helped
Yes.
him get into power.
Correct.
He's beholden to the Chinese government. He's in their pocket, and it's been proven. All right? And he just followed everything the CCP told him to follow in the beginning. Now,
Right.
they were manipulated by the CCP.
No shit.
All right? And these tweets prove it. Not only the tweets, but just the history of the pandemic outbreak proves who manipulated the WHO. You know?
Yes.
Stupid wannabe, like, goth-looking piece of trash.
You talking about Deer Show?
Yes.
Label
Let's see.
Whoa. You're getting a little rowdy over here.
Yeah.
China the origin like the Spanish one.
So she says
Oh, yeah, sorry.
America labeled the origin of the virus like the Spanish one, like Spanish flu or,
Yeah.
you know, like Wuhan virus or whatever. Anyway, let's just have a look at what the Chinese government did.
Yeah.
If she's gonna throw punches saying that the U.S. labeled it as like unfairly as a Chinese virus, then
Yeah.
what do we got going on here?
Well, these are just some headlines.
Yeah.
Okay, so the coronavirus blame game now shifts to Italy from China. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
China suggests Australian beef exports may have first introduced
Right.
coronavirus. Chinese officials blame U.S. Army for coronavirus.
Oh, right.
Chinese scientists claim the virus was born in India.
Interesting.
West
Oh,
expert
and now
refute.
they're claiming that it came. Okay, I kid you not.
Yeah.
You guys brace yourself.
Yeah.
The Chinese government is now claiming that yes, it did start or like originate in Wuhan. That's where the first cases were.
Yeah.
But the virus came from lobsters from Maine
Main
in the
lobsters.
U.S. that were being sold in the wet market in Wuhan.
Well, you know, just keep throwing that blame all over. Hopefully something sticks, you know, keep throwing crap against the wall. Anyway, let's continue. See what else she has to say. It's fascinating. But not. Come on, where is this horrible thing? Come on.
Vaccine testing, RA tracing, gotta find something. Evidence lacking? Fine. Left leak theory, call me. Why waste your time? Why so many people die? Talking about human rights, don't care about people's lives.
Yeah. Again, that's something they've been trying to do for a while now. Not lock people in their apartments, by the way. No, the whole point is they've got this idea now that if they say, like, why are you trying to find the origin of the virus while people are dying? Shouldn't you be focusing on fixing it?
That's their new
That's
thing.
their new
Yeah.
narrative. And what they don't seem to realize is that by tracing the origin, you do save lives. You need to know exactly where it came from so that you can prevent it from happening again. There's also very valuable data where
No
it
shit.
first came from.
They're so desperate to stop origin tracing because their new thing, like you said, is like, everyone's dying and there's a lot of people sick. Why are you bothering looking where it's from? Deal with your own problem.
Exactly.
No, we need to find out where it came from so we can figure it out.
Yeah, exactly.
So it doesn't happen again.
Anyway, yeah, the fact of the matter is when they say
human rights
and stuff, that China's the wrong country to be saying anything.
Probably stop genociding and literally nailing people into their homes.
Yeah, locking people, welding people into their homes and stuff, and all the other nonsense that they get up to.
Life, would I sit by and wait for the world to see how I fail? No, gonna find a scapegoat. Inside anger and hatred, and you know what they say. A rumor once a day keeps your enemies away.
A rumor, huh?
Once a day. That's what the Chinese government's been doing.
Let's read the rumor.
Yeah, let's read some of the rumors that have been tweeted out.
From the Chinese Foreign Ministry.
Yeah, I gotta go reverse a little bit here. Okay, from the Chinese Foreign Ministry. Let's see what they have to say.
Your enemies away.
It might be the U.S. Army who brought the epidemic to Wuhan. Okay, that's March 12th.
That's one of the wolf wankers.
Yeah. She said, be transparent. Make public your data. U.S. owe us an explanation.
Make public your data.
Yeah, good old Zhao Lijian. He's probably my worst of the lot. I think
so?
He's such a piece of shit.
I think Hua Chunying might be my top.
Oh yeah, no, she's horrible.
They're both bad.
But this guy, he just looks like a little rat or something.
Yeah.
You know
He looks like he's up to no good.
Yeah, that's my meaning. He's a terrible guy. What else did he have to say? Oh, never mind. He said a lot.
He did.
Don't be fooled by the groundless fire. Only aims to put you on trial.
Bring it home.
Alright, dear, have a happy home. Life far more valuable than gold.
A happy home, huh? By the way, what do we got here?
To insinuate that the Chinese government cares more about life than money is quite possibly the most laughable thing I've ever heard in my life.
Absolutely.
It's also very depressing.
Talking about a happy home, here's a woman who's about to defend her home from being forcibly demolished.
Yeah, she's got gas bombs tied to her. She's Molotov cocktails.
Wearing her wedding dress.
Drinking baijiu, smoking a cigarette, and ready to blow up anyone that comes to smash her home because guess what? Forced demolition is rampant in China. When China wants to claim your land because you can't own land, guess what happens? They demolish it and they force you out.
Yeah, exactly.
They hire thugs to force you out.
Yeah, I mean, so what is she going on about a happy home? Certainly not these people's happy home.
Not the people that force them to soldiers, riot police, to fight off the locals.
Yeah.
Locals will sometimes fight back with fireworks and things, you know, guns.
Bye-bye, happy home.
Yes, people's lives are saved. We build a better day.
Will you build a better day?
We maybe build a better day by quashing millions of people that are trying to stand up for their freedom with police brutality.
Yeah, maybe.
We're no more Afghanistan. We're always happy to bear our hand.
I love this. This is kind of, since I'm not American, this doesn't cut deep. Okay. But they love this because they know that this cuts deep. And, when it comes to Americans, they bring this up all the time. Vietnam or Afghanistan, we're always happy to lend a hand. Because what they're trying to say is, look how America failed when it came to Vietnam and Afghanistan, It's just them trying to, kick dirt in your face or whatever. But it's kind of ridiculous because if you want to go through China's history, you'll find tons of failures too, which they probably wouldn't want to be put out either.
No shit.
Anyway, it actually has nothing to do with this pandemic thing. They're just trying to sling mud is what they're trying to do.
They're also trying to say that we are, by allying with the Taliban, the Chinese government, that we are helping out Afghanistan more than the U.S. did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see.
You could say it's unjust, turning countries to dust. This is freedom of
Again, that badass political drawing they're doing to throw shade at America. It's freaking awesome.
Yeah, we threw that in there. Don't worry, China. There's not enough oil. You don't need to worry about America's freedom coming for you. There's not enough oil there.
Yeah, don't worry.
But just, seriously, though. It's ridiculous because it's like a childish insult. This whole music video is just a childish insult, right? That's how I see it. And it's on state media.
That's the problem.
It's the official Chinese state media put out this stupid thing.
Oftentimes when I used to, a lot of stuff I did last year would be calling out like propaganda I saw on TikTok or something like that. And then a lot of Wumaos would defend it and be like, yeah, because I'd prove it wrong.
Yeah.
Right. And they'd be like, well, that's just some user that posted that.
Yeah.
And it never is. It's always stems from state media. And this is from Xinhua. It's from the state mouthpiece. So no Wumaos can come in here and say, oh, that's just some ridiculous thing you found on the internet. It's made for you. If you're watching the show, you speak English, right?
Yeah.
It's made for you to change your mind and blame America for the coronavirus. That was why that was created.
Yes, exactly. It's ridiculous. Anyway, so that is our What's New. Let's hit a couple of super chats and we'll go into our main topic, which, of course, we've got something interesting to show you. You'll see soon. And the tattoos, too.
Correct. Steve Mulford said, if the CCP were around in 1932, would they have helped? They could have helped Australia with the Emu War.
Okay.
Yep. Next, we have the gentleman U.S. Navy SEALs at Drinkin' Bros podcast would like to be on your show. Please contact Tetherball Academy Media. From now on, I make a rule. Thank you. I appreciate that.
That's cool.
If you, I don't know who they are, but if you think that we should be on a podcast or you say this and please contact this, and I'm not saying this to be condescending. No. You please help us contact those people.
Yeah, we'd love it. We would
don't,
love you to.
If you know them, you'll have more of an inroads than us because we don't know these people.
Yeah, if you're like a watcher of theirs or something, you can leave a comment. We'd be more than happy to go on people's shows.
Yeah,
or have them
if
on our show.
it's compatible.
If it fits.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not gonna have Alex Jones or something on here, you know.
No, probably not gonna do that. Ryan Sheesh says, thanks for all you do.
Absolute pleasure, mate.
Sorry, JPN says you should get a Taiwanese beer tattoo. Maybe that would get you a sponsorship. Oh, by the way, overwhelmingly, people in the chat thought that I have a tattoo and you don't. Tell them the truth.
I don't have a tattoo.
And neither do I.
Yeah.
We don't have
tattoos. It's kind of interesting that. Yeah. 0 tattoos.
Logo App is talking about the NBA player that set up to Tibet. He said that Daszak's on this player. I love that balls are now called Daszaks.
Yeah, makes sense, dude.
Imagine that in like an intimate thing though. Like if it slowly replaces that word in slang and be like, do you like when I touch your Daszaks? And all you think about is that
that's
guy.
Terrible.
You think about Eco Health Alliance.
Yeah, exactly.
You got kicked in the Daszaks.
Exactly.
Ouch. Sam W. We all know C-Milk has a tramp stamp. Lamau, just kidding. You don't have to say just kidding. Roll. If you make a joke, you stick with that joke.
Sure.
You put your name behind it. Tessa Turn says, Drinkin' Bros and ADV would be a powerful team. Here we go again. I don't know. Have you ever heard of Drinkin'
No,
Bros?
I've never
Maybe
heard
Google them real
Okay.
quick.
All right.
You should have a regular feature on their American Party segment. You're guaranteed to double each other's subscribers. Contact Tetherball Academy Media. Who the hell is this?
I actually don't know. It's some.
You sure? Are you sure we're compatible, guys?
I have no idea. It's some guys with beards and baseball caps.
Okay, we don't have either of those things. Maybe we should invent. We
can't have an opinion yet.
No, I'm not having an opinion. I just don't know what like they don't talk about China, do they?
I don't know. We'll look into it.
Okay, we'll look into it. Yeah.
Let's talk about that later. Yeah.
Koala 1203. Thoughts on the recent Caspian Reports video about why China won't abandon communism? Did not watch it.
Haven't watched it yet. Sorry.
For Ja says, I found out that all shelled peanuts in Ireland come from China. Really? That's crazy. The same supermarket stopped buying fruit from South Africa in the 1980s because of apartheid. Yet it's totally fine with them. It's a good point.
Exactly. This
Make
kind
a
of
point.
thing really pisses me off.
Don't just talk about it. Go do it.
If you boycotted South Africa during apartheid, you should be boycotting China now. What they're doing is actually worse. You know what I mean? I can't remember concentration camps in South Africa. Well, that was the British putting the Afrikaners in concentration camps. That did happen. In fact, it was the British that invented concentration camps, but whatever. I'm talking about like during apartheid. I can't remember concentration camps.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, the things that happened were awful.
Of course, but like what's happening in China right now is
hypocritical,
really,
is what we're saying.
really bad.
Yeah. Tree Theodore says,
Worse.
Good God, nicely done, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Martin Schimmel says, why do Chinese request longer versions of cars? That's a good question. If there is a long version, they want a longer one.
You know why?
Yeah.
They like to sit in the back. They don't like to drive themselves.
That's
if you're like a boss or someone who thinks they're important, you would never drive your own car. So you need to have the legroom.
Correct. Just frame, nope. Frustrating seeing peers and boomers on Facebook constantly go after Fauci for the craziest shit, but when I mention Peter, no one knows what I'm saying. Yeah, I actually saw that whenever when we brought up that thing, I keep seeing Fauci's name in the thing. You got to understand, I'm not defending Fauci at all.
No, I think he's there's bad guy.
There's absolutely things that need to be addressed there. But you understand this information came from Peter Daszak. Yeah. And so at the source, this guy working in China with the Chinese lab, right? With Shizheng Li and these people in the lab, they were stifling the information that was arriving in America. Do you understand? So you need to focus on the source
Fauci
as well.
was funding Daszak.
Correct.
Daszak, kind of through in a roundabout way, was bypassing the no gain of function rules.
Right.
So Daszak and his eco-health, sorry, I should be saying, Ballsack and his eco-health alliance, eco-death alliance, he was working with Shizheng Li to do this gain of function stuff and all the other crap when it comes to the bad viruses and stuff. So Daszak is the bad player here. Fauci's a bad player here, but ultimately it was the lack of safety and the bad things that were being done in the lab that's the worst player here.
Yeah, but it's overlooked.
Yeah.
You understand? That's overlooked in every article.
Correct.
So we're here to remind you.
Yes.
The truth.
Don't forget, all roads lead to...
Oh, no.
Almost got censored by the Chinese government there.
Oh, shit.
No, all roads lead to good old...
Yes.
Anyway.
Case Closed 93 says, just finished all the Surviving Africa videos.
Cool.
I like how your dad avoids bringing up race and politics and just talks about beasts. And snakes are my favorite animals.
Yeah, great. Yeah, that's my dad's channel, Surviving Africa on YouTube. He talks about all his African adventures. Check it out if you want to. It's quite entertaining. It's what I grew up with. But now we got to move on.
Yep.
We are going to be talking about something kind of important here. Now, the guy in the background that you might notice in the middle there is me. A long time ago. In fact,
You don't say.
It was 2007, Christmas Eve. And I was a bodyguard for a Chinese serial rapist. And yes, you heard that right. If you haven't seen the video, I made a video about this and told the whole sordid story. Today on my channel, I released an update, which I implore you to please go and bookmark and watch after the podcast if you can. Because what's happened with this guy is... quick summary is he ran a business which was more like a cult, and he would take women from the countryside of China, usually uneducated women, and he'd set them up in his company all around the country. He had branches everywhere. And what he'd do is he'd groom them, and he'd make them wear these weird uniforms that looked like air hostess uniforms, and they'd have to walk in a certain way, sit down in a certain way, stand in a certain way, all these things that he made them do. Some ridiculous things. And it turns out he was raping all of them. Okay, I was there. I was working for him. When I found out and I tried to stand up for the girls, I got fired, and the other people that were with me as well left. And in my recent video, I actually interview another member of the foreign staff that was working there at the same time as me when all this crap went down. So there's more to the story. And it turns out he actually spent less than 2 years in jail for doing this. And it's all been scrubbed off the internet completely. So he's gotten away. Like, China obviously doesn't want this story, this scandal to be out there because it's bigger than Weinstein. It's bigger than all of this kind of stuff. And so when I was doing my original video about him, and I was just showing some pictures of him, this picture came up, okay? Which is him sitting on the beach. And he used to have this picture on his desk. I remember because I went into his office and I saw, so I was like, I just made a quip. I was like, he looks like a beach monkey, which he does. I don't know how else.
He's a beach monkey.
I cannot explain this picture in any other way.
Absolutely. Okay. Look, I mean, the guy's a rapist. You're allowed to say bad shit about someone that rapes. Of course.
So anyway, we're like, this guy, he looks like a beach monkey. And then someone in the comments, because you were in the office, it was a live stream.
I was moderating.
Yeah, you're moderating. Someone said that he looks like a rape ape. He puts the ape in rape. Okay.
And then, which followed up, somebody said, because it was a culmination, somebody said, it's almost like they could have a band called Rape Ape and the Beach Monkeys.
Yeah, exactly.
And that we died. Like, no better way to ridicule this guy than to absolutely laugh at him. And then people ran with it. And in fact, people in the chat remember him.
Yeah, they remember him.
Right? Yeah. They're like, oh, it's Rape Ape.
Yeah, it's Rape Ape. So now something cool. We've actually had some artworks commissioned. I'm going to show you a little clip here, guys. I want you to see. This is from my latest video, but just watch this very quickly. Myself and C-Milk have had these commissioned. This is, I don't know if you can see that. This is a proper artwork by a proper artist. It's an oil painting. It's completely authenticated and signed by the artist himself. It's on a canvas. Rape Ape and the Beach Monkeys. That's normally what he looks like a kind of I don't even know how to explain that, like a beach monkey or something. I'm sorry, but I have no respect for this man. Yeah, okay. Disgusting, man. We used to call him the bionic squirrel. If you look at what he looks like over there.
The beach monkey took off.
Yeah, beach monkey. Yeah, he is.
Then it converted into Rape Ape.
Rape Ape.
Someone said, this beach monkey puts the ape in rape.
Featuring Schitteler and their new album, Cleaning My Apartment, featuring the hit single, Toothpaste Makes You Minty Fresh. For context, watch the original video. I was a bodyguard for a Chinese serial rapist. Now, we're actually going to be selling this by auctioning it off as an NFT. And a massive amount of the proceeds are going to go to 2 charities. The first one being the Coalition Against Trafficking in Women, and RAIN, the Rape, Abuse and Incest National Network. This is our way of turning a tragic story like this into something that can help women in need. There's not only this one, though. We also had a cartoon sketch made, which is also going to be auctioned off as an NFT. Links below. If you win the NFT, you will also, of course, receive the original artwork, completely signed and authenticated by not only the artist, but myself and CMilk too. Thank you very much, everyone. And as always, you know the drill. Stay awesome. Okay.
Someone said they'd pay lots of Burke coins for this.
That's good. Burke coins.
So this is our NFT. So we got a guy named Hans Lundgren.
Yes.
And he's from Germany. He is a well-known artist. He does oil paintings, very beautiful ones.
This came out fantastic. I can't believe it. I mean,
yeah, so it took a while for him to commission it, but he said, you know what, I'll barely take anything from it. He said a small percentage, and we said, we'll also give a large percentage to these 2 charities, the Coalition for Trafficking. So we wanted to do one domestic to help out America, which is RAIN. It's like a rape, abuse, incest network to help women in that situation.
But more importantly is the Coalition for Trafficking.
That's the international one. So we're doing both. We're doing both.
Yeah.
So we're going to give a large percentage of the proceeds to that. There's an NFT. For those of you guys that don't understand what NFT is, it's digital artwork that you bid on with cryptocurrency.
Yes.
We did it before, but this one's going to charity. So this, what it is you'll get the digital art, but you also get the real art. You have it here? Yeah. We have the real painting. So we feel weird just selling someone digital art. I get that, and that's what an NFT is, but we're also going to send you the real painting. The real painting. There's only one painting, one sketch.
That's a sketch. Here's the painting.
So you will get this. You'll get. We got a certificate of authenticity from Hans himself, and it's also signed by us.
Right.
So they're 2 separate NFTs. So if you like the sketch better, you bid on the sketch. If you like the oil painting better, you get the oil painting.
Yeah.
Can you explain why it says "cleaning my apartment"? By the way.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, look, that was the ploy. That was the ploy that he did. Sorry. Let me just put these here.
Sure.
I don't want them to get damaged. Putting a bubble wrap over them and stuff. These are very valuable contributions.
To the people saying the NFTs are a scam, it's not, because you're buying a painting. This is just a portal for you to get art. You're getting the art, not the JPEG. You're getting you can touch the painting with your hand.
Yeah.
You can lick it if
Think
you want
of it
to.
like a certificate of authenticity.
Yeah,
that
the
proves
NFT will just be like an authenticity.
So it's called, it says new album, Cleaning My Apartment. Now, that's how the guy used to lure the women in to rape them, is he would take staff and say, because part of their training, he'd make them do all sorts of weird stuff, including how they're supposed to bow and stand and dress and everything. And one of the things they had to do were to go and clean his apartment, and he'd go with them, and that's when he'd rape them. And featuring the hit single, Toothpaste Makes You Minty Fresh. Okay, now that's kind of gross, because what he used to do is after raping them, he would instruct them to wash their private area with toothpaste. And I think that was his way of thinking he would get rid of evidence or something. Anyway, so it's a very relevant thing. And remember, this is for a good cause. This is to raise money for charity for battered women and also women who are victims of trafficking. So we've got the 2 of them. If you are so inclined, please go take a look. They're up.
They are in the description?
In the description, yeah.
And I pinned one of them. I can't pin both.
Okay.
But anyway, the auction's open right now.
Oh, yeah. You might be wondering who is with him in the picture. Let's go back a little bit. You can actually see, obviously it says featuring Schitteler, which is of course Xi Jinping swinging from a tree up there. And down there, crouched on the beach, is Mao Zedong. It's one of his less flattering pictures. which you don't normally see because he's always airbrushed and looking all, healthy. But that's a picture of Mao Zedong, believe it or not.
Yeah.
So
you don't see that often, do you?
No, you don't see this one very often. There's an airbrushed version of this one that you see where he looks young and handsome and stuff, but this is actually what he looked like.
So so these bids are up.
See, there's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's kind of airbrushed. This is the one you see, but it's based on, that's what it really is. Yeah. Anyway.
So we'll mail these to you if you win, and you'll receive them. We're gonna package them real nice.
Yeah,
real hefty, so they won't get damaged in transit. But yeah, these took. So I just want to say, especially for the oil painting, it took months just to paint, and then a couple renditions. We went over some renditions of it, and then corrections and stuff. And then after that, it took a while to cure, and it's all properly cured. It's like real art. Is not like it's not a Burke.
No, this is something you'd go buy in an art gallery. The guy's a real artist, so I'm hoping we can get some real support from you guys because
and the charities.
No, I mean the whole reason is the support would go towards not only this fantastic artist who's put this thing together, but most importantly to help vulnerable women around the world.
Correct.
So thanks, guys.
That's right.
Anyway, let's continue on. We've got to get into our main thing that we've been promising this
international
whole time.
Shipping, yes.
Yeah, we'll do international shipping. It doesn't matter where to. We'll pay however much it costs.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we are, guys. The main thing, of course, is celebrity tattoos.
Yes. Okay. So I actually was watching Chinese TikTok Douyin the other day.
As you do.
As I do to get ideas for material and stuff. And this one chick was talking about, or girl, sorry. I don't think. Can you say chick anymore?
You can say chick or bird, whatever you want to say.
Bird. We don't say bird.
Bloke.
It's a bit
Bloke.
weird.
They can say bloke.
Isn't bird like a word on top of the Daszaks?
No.
Oh,
no.
the bird,
No, it's very normal to say it's my bird or whatever.
Yeah, no, I get it, but isn't it also like?
No, it's
not.
not.
He kicked me in the bird.
No, I've never heard that in my life.
I think it's a Canadian thing. Pretty sure.
Maybe.
I heard it in Trailer Park Boys.
Okay, no, I've never heard that in my life. No.
It's above the Daszak.
I don't think it's bad to call someone a chick.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, long story short, she was talking about making fun of Justin Bieber's tattoos. That's a cool chick.
Yeah.
I mean it in a nice way. I watched something that she was saying, making fun of Justin Bieber's tattoos. Now, Justin Bieber has covered them up. He's got full body tattoos now, but back then he had a couple Chinese tattoos, which I found absolutely hilarious. And it gave me the idea. Yeah. I was like, because we speak Chinese, we read Chinese.
Yep.
Why not make fun of like the celebrities that absolutely effed up and have bullshit, idiotic Chinese tattoos? And I just wanted to point these out. So this was on not only Justin Bieber, but the one on the right I'm talking about. Justin Bieber and the Chu, yeah. That character is Chu.
That's good, Chu to Chu. Yeah.
Yes. So Justin Bieber and Justin Timberlake both thought that character meant song.
Yeah.
So what you have to understand is the word for song in Chinese is ge qu, which is song, like music song, which I guess if you're a musician, that makes sense.
Sure.
But they cut off the ge part, which is the most important part. There's no ge character, and there's just chu, which is, it doesn't mean anything.
No, it's just
you have
nonsense.
to have them together.
Yeah.
It means nothing. So it's just one of those things. It's kind of like if you had like, let's say you really like, let's say you like white elephants.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's say so you want white elephant tattooed on there, but they don't write elephant. They just write white.
Yeah.
That's what it's kind of like.
Pretty
that.
much how that is. Yeah.
I don't know why you'd like white elephants.
I certainly do. I'm always buying these shit cars.
Some people are saying bird means penis. Just saying there.
Okay. Well,
Anyway,
I've never heard that before.
No, it's okay. I want to go to the movies with my bird. Of course you do. It's attached to your fucking legs. Anyway,
is it attached to your legs?
Your waist.
What's wrong with you? It's attached to your groin.
Don't look where my bird
the hell?
is. I was
What's
born
wrong
weird.
With you? Yeah.
I
like
can't wait for
like
the
a
memes now.
Like a webbed hand, except anyway, it doesn't matter.
Don't make memes out of that.
What's going on?
If you wanted music or song tattooed to, I can't stop thinking about birds and legs. Anyway.
Yeah.
If you wanted, China's got no birds.
Yes,
anyway,
that's true.
If you want music tattooed, you'd probably use yin yue.
Yes,
yin
yue is what I would put there if you like music.
Yeah, and on his chest over here, this is another absolute, just stupid tattoo. This is song, but song is not used by itself. It's not used as a character. So what I realized, and actually what she was explaining as well, I agree with her. Is what he was probably thinking is, if you could probably break down this.
If you break those characters into two, it'd be like 从心, so from heart.
From the heart, yeah.
But then it would have to be two separate characters, not one.
Not one.
Not one.
Because when you put the top character means from, 从,
你从哪里来的?
yeah, exactly. Where are you from? 从. And then 心 on the bottom is heart.
Yeah, 你有个玻璃心.
Yeah, you have a glass heart, exactly. Thank you for the lessons here.
Yeah.
So if you put those together, it becomes a different character, and it doesn't mean from the heart. It absolutely does not mean from the heart. It means nothing. It's like a suffix.
Yeah, it
it's
doesn't
like
mean anything.
It's like saying like, "How you doing, huh?" Something like that. Like,
Yeah.
It's a suffix. It's a sound, right? So there's no meaning to that.
Okay, so meaningless Justin Bieber.
Yes. So he gets
Who'd have thought? I thought this guy was like a genius or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. This is Justin Timberlake also with the chu, like he's missing the part that actually means song.
Yeah, exactly. All right, who we got here?
This is also Justin Timberlake.
Okay.
So here we have Feng Tu Shui, which is wind. You see on his torso there. Feng Tu Shui, which means like
wind, earth, and
water. So it's just elements.
Feng.
There's nothing wrong with
feng. What do you say? Feng.
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 Yeah, that's what I said.
Feng Shui. Okay, I heard feng.
No, Feng, Feng.
Yeah, well, feng. Yeah, exactly.
We have different accents in Chinese.
Yeah, true.
Don't you dare say I'm wrong. I said it correctly.
It sounded like you're saying like like people always say like feng shui.
Yeah, feng. It's feng.
But
first
it's not
tone.
feng. It's feng.
I said feng. Feng.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Feng Tu Shui.
I'm not gonna feng around with this nonsense anymore.
Anyway, blow you away. So Feng Tu Shui. That's in itself is nothing wrong with his characters, but it's R word.
Yeah,
like you don't. Chinese people wouldn't put that as a tattoo. That's super
it's just kind of like putting like wood. I mean, not wood. Like wind, earth, water.
Wind, water,
earth. Yeah,
heart.
You need shin in there. Yeah, for
heart.
heart. Yeah, exactly.
He needs a shin.
Yeah, that's no
heart.
power. Heart's not a real power.
Anyway. That poor he was Native American or something. That character.
Something like that.
Why did they make him so weak?
It's like Mati from like the tribal jungles of Brazil or something.
Oh, okay.
Was it? No, Mati was the black dude. I can't remember.
I can't remember. One was the Soviet Union. She was like, "You dirty."
What a silly
But then
show. I love
middle of the show.
Yeah.
The Soviet Union collapsed, so then she was just Russia, so she couldn't make any more dirty capitalist jokes.
That's true.
I feel like the people that made Captain Planet were communists.
Really?
They were pretty positive about the Soviet Union.
I think they just wanted to stop the Earth being destroyed. Well, guess what? We need Captain Planet now to combat China.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyway,
long story short, it's stupid as hell to get those elements tattooed on here. So in the middle there, that means 罪, right? Mm-hmm. Which, like 犯罪, how would you translate that? It would be like crime.
That would. I get. Maybe he wants to say like he's badass, like a criminal.
It wouldn't be used like that.
No, of
it's
course
not traditional enough. It's not like it's a conjunction word.
Yeah.
Like 犯罪 or it just means something bad.
He should probably just have like 坏.
Yeah, 坏 would be cooler.
Yeah,
you could be like 坏, but like traditional 坏.
Yes, yeah.
But 罪 is like a crime.
Yeah.
Not like a criminal. It's a crime.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
It's a crime that you got that tattoo, Justin. And then my favorite on his arm is Liu Bei.
Yeah. Ice skating. What the hell?
His arm says ice skating.
It says ice skating. I mean, so he's maybe it's a crime. It's a crime to ice skate on wind dirt.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't get it.
To go back to the Zui thing, first of all, you could technically say it's like guilty. Like, I'm guilty of something. So maybe he's trying to carry some guilt around.
Maybe.
I guess. I mean, that's a stretch. But the ice skating is unforgivable.
Yeah,
that's the crime.
Why would anyone put ice skating on, it's so stupid.
Imagine if you just wrote, like, motocross in English. Pinball.
It just doesn't make sense. Like, it's any random thing.
Kayak.
Yeah, kayak. That's probably even closer. Yeah. Cycling.
Curling.
Yeah, curling. Yeah, there we go. But that could, maybe he would be like, yeah.
Does he even ice skate?
I don't know. But he obviously loves ice skating.
I got to look it up.
Yeah.
Does Justin Timberlake ice skate?
Let's
What do you
out.
rate him compared to, do you think this is more cringe or Justin Bieber's?
Justin Bieber.
Why?
Because these ones actually make sense. Except for the
ice skating?
Yeah, but I'm just saying like they're words. The
Right.
Justin Bieber ones were just kind of like half of a word and it didn't really make sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does Justin Timberlake ice skate?
Is he from Canada, maybe?
No, he's not.
Okay. I don't think he does.
No, I don't think he does.
Anyway, maybe somebody knows why he would have ice skating, tattooed on his arm.
Anyway, okay, yeah, let's go for the next one.
All right, let's...
this super chat's very clever, too. Liubing can also mean doing meth, which is true.
That's...
Liubing that's smoking meth.
I doubt that's why.
No, he definitely...
put that
I don't think
though.
he'd put that on there.
Yeah. Anyway, maybe his bad crime was smoking
Maybe
meth.
his crime was to smoke meth.
And,
He's got a hole on there.
Yeah,
as well.
fire, of course. Yeah, so that's
all
normal.
the elements.
You know,
I mean, it's normal, but it's like cringe.
Where's the tear?
It's a mad cringe pill.
They don't have tear though.
Yeah, see, if you were gonna do all the elements in Chinese, you'd also have steel.
Yeah.
Or metal.
Metal. It would be metal as well.
Yeah.
He missed out on that. He got earth, water, and fire, so he can make a mud brick, I guess, and then dry it off with the wind. You know. That's. I mean,
the more I think about it, Liubing is definitely slang for doing drugs.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't get that tattooed on yourself?
No, you wouldn't.
That's even worse than ice skating.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so who is this guy? I gotta check my notes. Chris Evans. Okay. So
He
apparently
looks familiar. Is he? Who is he? Is he like that Captain American guy?
Yeah, that's right. Captain Unremarkable. Because I didn't remember him. Just throwing shade at celebrities. Sorry.
Yeah, he's just jealous that he's got a six-pack.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, me too.
I got nothing but birds down there.
I got a keg. You know what they say?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I think it's
I got birds on my legs. You got a keg.
Yeah, exactly.
Shit.
Yeah.
Speaking of shit is the character.
Yeah.
So this character, apparently the story goes, when I Googled this,
Yeah.
the story goes that Chris Evans thought that this character is supposed to mean like family.
Right.
Which would be 家庭 or 家. In fact, this character, it just means surname.
Yeah, it means surname.
Or maiden name.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean anything by itself.
Yeah.
What are you doing? I think he thought like, this is my family's name or something.
Yeah.
And then the tattoo artist is like, oh, family name.
Yeah, put it in there. Must be. That's probably what it is.
What do we got next?
Let's see.
Oh, Angelina Jolie. We just want to say that's correct.
Yeah.
It's a bit cringe pill. Mm-hmm. Like, that just means death.
Yeah,
which is kind of like, look at how hard I am.
Yeah,
I'm
hardcore.
dead.
Yeah, I just was bizarre that somebody would put death on them. I guess you get people with like skulls and all that stuff.
Yeah, but in China, that's pretty bad juju.
Oh, it's super bad juju.
Yeah.
You never do that. No Chinese person would have death tattooed
unless
on
they were super badass, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. It looks very out of place as well, if you ask me. It's like the wrong spot for a tattoo.
That's true. So who's that? Megan Fox? She was in Transformers, right?
Yeah.
She's also really popular right now for some reason.
Okay.
This is Cher. They both have Li.
Yeah, which means power.
Yeah, it's also a character that is so overused by Westerners when they try to get cool Chinese tattoos. And I've told this story before, but I'll tell it again. I used to work retail when I was in high school. And this woman, I shouldn't say I was studying Chinese. I learned like 5 characters because I thought it was interesting.
Sure.
And at that time, I was really interested in language, so I'm bringing her out, and she has a Li tattoo. And that was a character I just had learned.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, nice character, Li. It means power. And she goes, no, it does not. And she was all like huffy,
What's
like
it supposed to mean?
Pissy. She goes, I got it because my mother struggled with breast cancer or something like that. And she goes, it means. I know what the meaning is. The traditional meaning is the power the power and strength to overcome any obstacle in your life. And I was like, it just means power, dude. This Karen woman, she like freaked out on me. I was like, nice tattoo, and then she was really mean about it.
Well, that's the thing with these is people put meanings in them that don't exist. Right. In fact, you know what's kind of interesting? You know that power for Li? If you put the Tian, you know, the character for like rice field.
Oh, Tian, the field.
Yeah, the field. You put that on top. That's man.
Oh yeah.
Because it's supposed to be like the symbol for man is power in the field.
Correct.
So in other words, it's somebody who can work the field. That's a man. That's what we're supposed to do, guys. You know, that's what Chinese men are supposed to do. Apparently, is to go work in the rice field or in the field. So be a farmer.
Right.
You know, but that's the character for man uses power and field together.
That's right. I just wanted to throw that one in there because there's nothing wrong with it. It's just overdone. It's super. It's not important.
And it's also such a simple looking character as well, so it's not very arty.
Stuff.
Yeah,
you should get like Biang Mian, you know, that crazy character.
That crazy? No way. What? So Britney Spears has a tattoo.
Yeah. So the story goes that she was trying.
It's
important to understand what they were going for.
Okay.
apparently what Britney Spears was going for, and again, this is I hope she was going for this.
Okay.
She thought it meant mysterious. So she asked probably got someone to use a dictionary or something.
These
before
celebrities,
Baidu or
can they
Google
not
or whatever.
actually just go to a proper
Well, it's
tattoo?
probably a long time ago, right? So they probably
Okay.
like got a Chinese dictionary or something and looked up the word mysterious and found the most nice character that they liked.
Right.
This character, Chi, is not mysterious.
Yeah.
In fact, what is it?
Means qiguai means strange or weird.
Or weird or
means
odd.
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like how qiguai means weird, strange,
yeah.
not correct.
No.
So she's basically, it says weird.
It just says weird.
Yeah.
Strange, weird, or odd.
Strange, weird, or odd. One of
Yeah.
those. That's what she's got tattooed there, wherever that area happens to be.
Oh, apparently that's the pubic area.
Oh, okay.
That's where, if she was a man, that's where, actually, no, it's not where her bird would be because that's on the legs.
Okay, so
This is Allen Iverson.
okay,
Uh,
Zhongxin.
I
Zhongxin, yeah,
guess, what do you think it's going for?
center. Is he a center? Because if he plays
I
center,
don't know.
like center forward or center.
No, but
something-
I'm saying if you put Zhong and Xin together, that would actually be like the character for loyalty.
yeah, but that's a different character. What I'm saying is like that looks like two separate characters.
It looks
to me.
like it, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah,
It could be one. It could
If
be
it was
one.
a single character, it would mean loyalty. But the way it's written, it looks like two characters, and so it looks like center to me.
Right.
Like middle, literally middle.
I guess they could have done a better job making it one character because that would mean loyalty. That would be fine.
It has to be squashed down a little more.
Yeah, you got to squish it down because right there it looks like Zhongxin, which means like
Just center.
center for disease protection.
Yeah, just the center.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway,
Zhongxin Guangchang.
let's
Central
see.
Square.
He's not a center. So.
Oh, he's not a center, so I guess it's supposed to mean
Yeah, this
loyalty.
is fine if you put them together. Like if this is the actual character for loyalty, it's fine.
Yeah, what does it
I'll give
say
him a
above
pass.
that? It says like Ra
Boogie.
Ra Boogie.
I'll give him a pass on that. I just think they could have squished it down a little better.
Yeah.
Oh, he is a center guard. That's good.
Okay, so then
Maybe
that's
it's double
fine.
meaning.
He may as well get an English one on the other side that says center. Like
You gotta
yeah.
look at this. Who's
how,
this guy? Chris Anderson.
how?
Oh my
What the hell? You know, Xin, right? Means
Yes.
disgusting.
Yeah, but this by itself means like nauseating.
Yeah, exactly.
So what he was trying to do is take us out.
Yeah.
You guys can see that on the right. That's how. That means good. So what he was trying to get was how and why, like good
Oh,
and bad.
Good and evil.
Yeah, good and evil. That's what he's trying to do. And I guess, very traditionally you could say is some sort of evil. It's not the character you would use
Yeah.
colloquially.
Yeah.
What it actually just says is good and nauseous.
Yes, good. I mean, it's the same guy does have Freebird tattooed on his neck. So
Right.
It's kind of nauseating, this guy. Seriously, though. Yeah, it's kind of silly. Know your words before you get them tattooed on your skin
It's
for all
just-
eternity.
Colloquially, technically could be evil, but it's just not. It doesn't make
No,
sense
it's
to
just
a Chinese speaker.
It's
It's
just
like
nauseous or
it's just not. It's like
disgusting.
nauseating or
Yeah.
disgusting.
This one's hilarious. You want to go for this one?
Oh yes. So this who is this? Sean Marion.
Yeah.
This says mo niao zhang, which means should I look it up?
Demon bird-
Am I missing something? Maybe
Demon
I'm not
bird
good enough.
camphor?
Let me look it up.
Okay.
Because am I wrong? I don't know. Maybe I'm unfamiliar with this, but if you break up these characters, it means demon bird camphor,
Yes, demon bird camphor.
which camphor is like a tree.
Yes, and-
camphor oil.
So I guess it's like a demon bird. Is the genus of
Because
the tree?
it doesn't mean like phoenix, and it doesn't mean
No.
like vulture.
Huoji is phoenix.
Yes,
Fire chicken.
yes. No, Huoji is turkey.
Oh yeah, what am I saying?
Huoniao is to phoenix. Yeah,
Sorry. Huoniao, my mistake.
Yeah.
Always get them confused.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he is a turkey though, isn't he? With his demon bird tree on his
He's
leg.
being a real turkey to have demon bird camphor
demon
on his
bird.
leg.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
I mean, maybe someone knows what that is, but
Yeah.
you got me. You got me on this.
yeah.
So to be
fair,
this is an oldie but classic.
Yeah, it's oldie
you
but
can
goodie.
explain this.
So there was this website that we used to read a long time ago called China Smack, which used to always put these ridiculous stories out of China. I'm kind of sad that it's
Yeah,
gone.
it was based on Shanghai people
Yeah.
put it up. Yeah.
And they used to put these bad stories from around China, these ridiculous funny
Just
stories.
funny stories,
And
yeah.
this was a tattoo artist that would post pictures of his victims, so to speak, you know?
Yeah.
Because he's obviously in a rural part of China.
Yeah, this is not indicative of what a Chinese tattoo would be.
No. We just thought we have to throw a little bit of funny stuff
Yeah.
in here. So these are some of his artworks, and we thought we'd share them with you. I love this ram. What do you think about this wolf?
These are amazing.
They're just... I don't even know what's going on there. What's going on beneath the wolf, by the way? Can you see anything beneath the wolf? Oh, are we getting an echo? Okay, we don't talk about... Okay, first rule about echo, don't talk about echo. Okay, right.
So...
What is going on beneath that wolf?
Is he standing on a rock or something?
It's hard to tell. Anyway, let's see. Let's move on to his next victim. I don't know which is... definitely the one on the right's
Dude,
worse.
is that a woman in a bikini? He didn't even finish her leg.
No. Yeah, something stuck together there.
Maybe she's hiding her bird.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. The snake's pretty bad. But here we've got a Chinese demon dragon thing. This I don't know, man. This might be my favorite. That like tiger thing. What do you think about that?
I like the skull better. It's just deformed. It's like a birth defect.
It's actually
immortalized.
It's very bad. It's a very bad skull. I don't know why anyone would be proud to share their tattoo work like this out there. But it's pretty bad.
I mean, this was kind of when China was in the... We should be fair. It's very old.
It is
We
old.
just thought it was very, very funny.
Yeah. Just because we were talking about tattoos, we're like, we got to show people, those old tattoo pictures, like 2007.
Yeah, it's 2007. It's old. But it checks out. It's still hilarious.
Yeah,
Look
dude,
at
I was
that
there in
wolf.
China at that
Yeah.
time. So
Look
it's
at
not
that
like,
wolf.
That wolf's, pretty hilarious. The guy with a cigarette, though, is even more hilarious.
He's awesome. He's kind of like Shama Te.
Yeah, you should tattoo his face on someone. It's scarier than the wolf.
He is.
Yeah.
He is.
Anyway, do you have any more of these? Yes, we do. That bird. Now
Talons are huge.
that's a work of art right there. I gotta tell you.
The guy looks very upset.
I would be. Now that one. Now there we get some freedom coming.
Nice. A little bit of freedom.
Yeah. It's pretty ridiculous.
I like how they blocked out his reaction with the tattoo.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't even know what this is supposed to be.
A little bit of nudity
fairy?
in that one.
Well, sort of.
Well, you can see his nipple.
Oh, his
I'm
nipple.
joking.
Okay. Oh yeah, just throwing a couple of funny Western.
Yeah,
ones.
some Western ones. So obviously in certain countries where people don't speak English very well, you have some good ones like no pain, no gain. Thanks, mother, for my life.
I'm guessing he's Russian.
Feels like it could be a Slavic country.
Yeah. Because that's how you would say it in Slavic accent, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's it for our soft power hour this week. So let's have some super chats before we move into our Wumao corner, which is also a good one.
Alice, we got to do our poll.
Oh,
so we're gonna
okay.
close the poll here. We asked you guys, do you have a tattoo? And we both, Winston and I, we didn't disagree on this one. We both agreed. We think that it's gonna be an even split 50-50.
Yeah.
With our audience, judging by
we
you
thought
guys,
so.
we think it'll be 50-50.
Let's find out.
Let's reload it and look at the results. The results are wow.
That's crazy.
I did not expect that.
83.83% don't have tattoos.
The vast majority of people don't have tattoos.
By the way, no judgment against anyone who does have tattoos.
I just thought it'd be an even split because I see so many tattoos.
Yeah.
So many.
I'm so glad I didn't get a tattoo when I was younger.
Yeah.
One guy that I know, he got this tattoo of an alien. But when that was really...
Like the 90s alien?
Yeah, it's like the alien head. But it was like dancing, like, those tribal...
Yeah.
stick figure...
gosh.
That kind of thing with the little bits of lines here and there. Those tribal stick figure. But it was an alien head on a tribal stick figure.
Gosh.
And he thought it was badass. I'd love to know what he thinks about that tattoo today.
Oh, wow. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I just want to throw out there, we already have a bid on the oil painting.
Wow, awesome.
For 0.2 Ethereum, so I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
That's awesome.
Yep.
So we already got the bids rolling. Don't forget, in the description, we have both NFTs up there. You will get the original artwork.
Absolutely. We'll make sure you get it. No, that's fantastic. Anyway, let's take a couple super chats.
Yeah. Alice Lamb says, you mean pulling the cotton over people's eyes?
Oh, yeah, of course.
You really put us in the dark abyss there.
I did. Oh.
Soul Baby says, hello, love from Ireland. J-Man Nice Guy says, my friend from Xi'an is still watching you. She mentioned she made rojam muaj, like pork belly
nice.
pita. We love rojam muaj.
Rojam muaj is amazing.
Yeah.
All foreigners like it. They call it like a Chinese hamburger.
Yeah.
They do.
No, I know. I just don't know if I
know
agree with that.
It's not a Chinese hamburger.
No, it's like
it's
a
really
pita.
good.
Yeah.
But I mean, everyone calls it a Chinese hamburger.
It's like Middle Eastern food. It
I
tastes
know.
like. Yeah.
I know. I'm just saying what people call
No,
it.
I know. I'm just helping
They're
people
dumb.
understand.
It's like some people call things birds. It's dumb.
Yeah.
Let's continue.
A. Watson, China Miss Zendaya on the Dune poster. She is praised as being the second African American woman to win the lead drama Emmy and the Black Reel Award. Of course, they left her out.
Yeah. No, you have to understand the Chinese market, man. They're very racist. There's no other way to put it, I'm afraid to say.
Yes.
Yeah, anyway.
Ozzy Baby says, gentlemen, I've been waiting a week to hear the full effects Bridge the Gap.
Oh, yeah.
Shit. I'll get it set up.
Yeah.
I'll get it set up. You can read some super chats.
Okay, I'll read, yeah. We're going to play a little bit of Bridge the Gap for you. So he's got a little boombox over here with a tape deck in it. Yeah.
I have the speaker right there. So.
That's cool.
Just let me get it set up.
Boyo Lad3 said, love you guys, honestly stay awesome. Thank you. You too, mate. And Logo app. I just got an ad from Daszak Coffee. Lamau. Seriously?
What? That's targeted.
Seriously? It's a pity that Daszak Coffee shares that surname or that name. Okay, Bear Grilled says, first time catching the podcast. More powers from... I don't recognize the flag from here.
Which was the one about homosexuality?
I think it might be Extreme. No, is it? Yeah. That's... I think it is.
Gotta rewind it.
Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry, I don't recognize that flag. I'm terrible with flags. Tell me this flag quickly.
Sorry.
I'm really bad with flags. What's this one? Is that Lithuania?
I think it's Chile.
Oh, it's Chile?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Wait,
All right.
Hold on. No, it's not.
I'm sorry, I really can't see the flag.
Okay. It might be. Hold on. I'm pretty good with flags, so I'm...
Well, you're not this time.
Stupid. Oh, it's
Philippines. Oh, from the Philippines.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. And now it's forever like stuck in my head what a Philippine flag looks like. Thank you so much. Okay. I haven't says pretty sure this song copies that Caroline Costner style on YouTube. Check her out. It's bizarrely good. All right. Have you got the thing lined up?
I do.
Okay.
So can we point this speaker here?
Yeah. All right. I'm going to point the mic at the speaker.
No, we can just move the speaker.
Oh, we're just going to move the speaker. Okay.
And then I'm going to get the tape. Where's the tape?
What do you mean? Oh, the cassette. I think it's here.
You got it. I slipped the disc, so I can't really move very efficiently.
This is not a disc, it's a tape.
I'm talking about my back.
I know.
So, last time we talked about Winston got me this tape at Goodwill from a Christian rap band called Full Effect. We can't find any information about it on the internet, but we loved the lyrics.
Yeah.
So what we want to do is actually play Extreme, which is the first song on the tape.
Yeah.
Which you can show everyone. I gotta switch it over to.
Okay.
Tape.
All right, let's do this. We're gonna play Bridge the Gap Extreme.
Yes.
See these bad boys.
Tape, and here we go.
All right.
The tape is a bit warped.
It's what you'd expect.
It is a bit warped. I have to apologize, but you have to understand. Last time we set this up, this is a tape that is a Christian rap. It's a Christian rap from '93 that no one knows about.
Yeah.
But it's got some amazing lyrics.
You gotta listen. Is this the song?
This is Extreme.
All right.
We'll explain some of the lyrics after the play.
Bridge the Daszak.
I love this. They're like high-fiving each other.
Oh yeah.
And look at them. They're standing on this bridge. Under a bridge. Of course they're under a bridge.
Yep, they sure are. Is this ever gonna take off?
It's going. I love how obscure this is.
Is this that song? Are you sure?
Yes.
Listen up, people all across the land with full effect. Takes a stand with the mic in my hand. I will place the brand of the Lord Jesus Christ back upon this land, shedding light on the situation. See, we fell into become an ungodly nation. Abortion, murder, homosexuality. It's a pity, but the part of our sad reality. Took prayer to school, let pornography rule. Saying racism's cool and Christ is a fool. Tell me, how could you sit in silence when the morality of our nation is abolished? Violence spread like a fire on the street. I got kids on the corner, not a thing to eat. To grab a hold of the truth, while you still got your youth and turn around the repetition of history. Cause the direction of this generation is not a mystery. To break out of the trance and give Jesus a chance. It's jam, just a little blend to listen hands. so that the people can dance.
He will take you to places you've never been. Only if you give your life up to Him. He will show you things you've never seen. Only if you live your life to the extreme. He will take you places you've never been.
No one's talking about guns. It's weird. I love guns.
Give your life up to Him. He will show you things you've never seen. Only if you live your life to the extreme.
I'd rather do it this way, put the
Why do
devil
we
in
have good
dismay.
concurrent
Coming on
viewers?
strong with
I
the
don't
word
know.
of the Lord.
feel like
Love
you're
you
gonna
so
lose
hard
them,
that
though.
you can't
No,
ignore.
they love it.
Chapter 3 and verse 16, for God so loved the world that
Well.
He sent down a king in the likeness of man, yet with a master plan to recover His
So-
people from the devil's hand. The one and only Son of God. Yo.
Yo.
So, I
Have
want
to end it on
explain
yo.
so you guys are not out of the loop. If you didn't watch last week's episode, you won't understand what we're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
Winston went to Goodwill and bought a Christian rap tape for me from 1993. There is no copyright, don't worry.
Yeah.
Unless they go file one now, post
exactly.
post haste. But we just love the original the title song. I'll read the lyrics again.
Yeah.
It says, "Listen up, people all across the land, while full effect takes a stand. And with a mic in my hand, I will place the brand of the Lord Jesus Christ back upon this land, shedding light on the situation. See, we've fallen to become an ungodly nation. Abortion, murder, homosexuality. It's a pity that they're part of our sad reality.
Yeah.
They took prayer out of our school, let pornography rule, saying racism is cool and Christ is a fool."
Yeah. I mean, look, in my defense, when I bought this, I was going on that trip back in 2016 when I bought that Corvette and I did that cross-country trip. And I went to Goodwill because it only had a cassette tape player in the car and I wanted to buy cassettes. And there was a bunch of crappy old ones that I got. And this, like, if you just look at this cover, it looks so cringe 90s. I was like, I got to get this. I didn't know it was like a Christian thing. I didn't know anything about that. I'm like...
You didn't know that racism is cool and Christ is a fool.
Yeah, and that, what is it? Abortion, murder, and then homosexuality, and it goes in that order.
In that order.
Is why life is bad.
Right.
Anyway, the fact of the matter is I bought it, and I'm like, Seymour could probably like this, because I was going to drive, to meet
I love
Seymour.
this weird shit, yeah.
So I got buy this, and I was listening to it in the car, and I was like, I can't believe this exists.
People loved it, by the way. We lost viewers when you turn it off.
Oh, okay. We'll play you some more gems from that in the future.
Bridge the gap for sure. So, people are saying we should NFT this song, but we can't. Somebody
'Cause
made this.
it belongs to someone.
We would have to get there. So I mentioned this last time. These cool dudes. I found one of the guys.
Yeah.
On Twitter.
Yeah.
He hadn't posted in like 5 years.
Yeah, that's not going to focus. You're going to have to hold it at your face.
Yeah, so I found one of these gentlemen. I couldn't tell you which one, but it was his name. And I asked him, I was like, when's the next track coming out or whatever? And I asked him, like, can you talk to us about this tape? He didn't reply because I don't think he'd logged on in 5 years, but his last post said it was him at a Holiday Inn.
Yeah.
And he's got his feet up and he's relaxing. And he says, like, Holiday Inn, perfect mixture of business and pleasure.
Well, I mean, that's where you end up if you're a Christian rap band, I guess. Anyway.
The Holiday Inn, yeah.
Sweet. So, shall we move on?
We might have to,
Yeah.
We'll have more Bridge the Gap in the future.
Yeah.
And then what we can do is go to Goodwill here because we're in a different place now and actually get their tapes selection might be different.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe more gems out there.
Maybe there's some Christian metal.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be Christian.
No,
just
but
cringe.
I do love the.
Yeah, it's really funny.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, so now we're going to move on to our Wumao corner, which is where we talk about the hate, and it's usually haters attacking us or haters attacking other people. And this time, it's a little bit of a weird Wumao corner. I'll be honest with you. It's
Why?
not really a Wumao corner.
Kinda.
Much. I mean, sort of, but I would say not. I'd say this is more world news than Wumao corner. To be honest.
I say it's Wumao corner because they're acting on behalf of Wumao to stifle the freedom of speech of these girls.
Okay, all right, that's fine. So let's see what we got here, guys. Now, for those of you who don't know, the 2022 Beijing Winter Olympics torch is being lit, okay? And they have this ceremony where the original torch was supposedly lit back in the original Olympics, the Greek god type thing back in the day. Mm-hmm. And so while they were doing the lighting ceremony, I'd like you to listen and see what you can hear in the background. Let's listen carefully.
Beijing, be allowed to host the Olympics, even that they are committing genocide against the Uyghurs,
See what this movie
In the background, they were saying "Free the Uyghurs," "Free Tibet."
Like, how can Beijing be allowed to host the Olympics when they're genociding the Uyghurs and that kind of thing? So you had some protesters who were trying to disrupt the opening ceremony, and they got shut down. She's like, just keep looking at the camera, keep looking at the That's what she said. Must be so awkward. Anyway, now what happened as well is at the Acropolis. This is not the same incident, by the way. This is at the Acropolis. They were hanging up flags for Free Tibet and of course for the Hong Kong Revolution at all times. These two women were immediately arrested. Yeah, exactly.
It's in Greece.
Mm-hmm. So there were a couple of people that were arrested, but these two girls in particular were taken into custody. They have been released, but there's still court cases coming up for them, you know, and it's just kind of...
By the way, somebody said Bridge the Gap is better than Deer Show. Have to agree.
Oh, yeah.
But... No, I don't agree with their messages. Just saying the musical quality.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so there's been a couple of people trying to protest, and the Greek authorities have been clamping down, obviously. They've got their hands full dealing with this. And it just kind of sucks that in what you would think would be kind of a free democratic
where
place,
democracy was invented.
Yeah, exactly, that they would not allow people to have a protest. Now, I'm not talking specifically about interrupting the opening ceremony because, that's like whatever. They're messing with the broadcast or something. It's a little different. But when they just went out to put the flags up at the Acropolis or whatever, that's a peaceful protest. They're not doing anything to anyone, but they got arrested for it. Anyway, here we can take a look. Francis Hui, I guess, with the hashtag #NoBeijing2022 said, today, an 18-year-old Tibetan American Tesla Zoksang and 22-year-old Hong Kong American activist Joy Siu? But why is it's got an L in there?
No, it doesn't. You're blind.
Oh yeah, it is 2 eyes. Sorry. Sui were arrested by Greek authorities after hanging a Tibet and HK flag in Acropolis in Athens. Here's what you need to know. Now, they have been released, like I said. Okay. But it's just important people know that this kind of stuff's going on. And it's pretty awful.
Good.
Yeah.
We're quiet, apparently.
Oh, we're quiet. Hello. So that's kind of like...
Props to these girls.
Yeah.
They're living life to the extreme.
They're living life to the extreme. Okay, so I guess that's worldview. Should we go straight into worldview?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so worldview, where we talk about what's happening in the world with regards to China. So the previous segment you just saw would fit in worldview very well too. What are we talking about here? Something about coal, eh?
You can say whatever you want, but China's been having some power troubles. Power's been going out in some places, and they've had a problem with the fact that they boycotted Australian coal.
Yeah.
All was tied to the whole COVID origins thing. They were looking into it. They're like, F off Australia. And unfortunately, they're also playing this off as being environmentally conscious by saying, okay, we shut down the power in all these cities and there's power outages. Guess what we're doing? We're trying to meet the carbon emissions goals and trying to get international favor. And it's actually working. Some places are saying, look at China.
Some people are like, wow, China's actually doing this as a sacrifice for the planet. Guess what? That's what China was trying to make lemonade, out of lemons. Because they're like, holy shit, we've got these power failures. We've run out of coal here. We've got coal shortages. What can we do? We're going to look like idiots. I know. Let's just tell everyone it's because we wanted to be environmentally friendly. You know what I mean? It's like when someone knocks something over and then like something happens, it's kind of good. They're like, oh, I meant to do that. You know what I mean? It's some stupid nonsense like that.
So what they're doing now is the government, through some documents, said double down and telling miners to get as much coal as they can.
Yeah.
So they're trying to increase coal output.
They're trying their best to mine as much coal as possible.
Yeah.
So they're super mining coal right now. And China has, like, what most people don't realize, has produced many more coal burning power plants recently than anywhere else in the world, of course. They keep ramping it up. They're exporting their coal burning factories and their coal burning power plants to Africa and other parts of the world, and having a massively bad impact on the environment. But everyone's just like, oh, look, China's so great, green technology and so on. No, they're not. They're actually the opposite. And I wish people could wake up to that point, you know?
They are the biggest outputters.
They are, and they have these slick campaigns to say, look, we're big in green technology and stuff, and oh look, we're reducing carbons. No, they're not. They're increasing carbons massively, not only within the borders of China, which they are, by the way. Look at the statistics. Don't take my word for it. But they're exporting these power plants to developing countries around the world.
In Africa in particular.
And so on. Yeah, and generating even more pollution just outside of their borders, you know? So keep a close eye. Don't listen to the green technology lie.
Nice. You should be on Bridge the Gap.
I should.
You should bridge the gap.
Yeah, I will. So is that all we've got for Worldview right now? We've got one more. Tell us about what's going on in this.
This is just... How do I set this up? So the CIA has a program for, looking more, it's called like looking more into the China problem or something, right?
Right.
Blah, blah, blah. They're doing their CIA stuff, right?
Yeah.
The thing is, China on state media put out this video, and this has nothing, like completely groundless, saying because of that program, everyone band together. So I have to point this out. The CIA says, okay, we're going to put together a special team, right?
Yeah.
They're not saying, Americans, get up, let's fight China. They're saying, we're going to put together a special team.
No, I mean, and I think people in America realize that, okay, so the CIA is going to go do something. Whatever, that's what their job, let them go do it, right?
And it's for national security or whatever they want to say. Now, the China's response was that, oh, look at America put together this team to deal with the China problem. We don't do anything wrong. All we do is try to expand our goodwill and have the Belt and Road Initiative. And guess what? They're recruiting spies. And they're going to recruit spies that speak Shanghaiese, that speak Hokkien, that speak Mandarin, that speak Cantonese. So you keep your eyes out. And we need to band together as everyone in the country come together and fight against these American spies.
They say we have to fight a people's war.
A people's war against American spies now. Yeah. So that's the difference. I just wanted to highlight the difference is state media here will call on every Chinese citizen to go be xenophobic.
Yes.
Right? Whereas the American government say, we put together this team. They don't say, Americans, let's all stand together and combat China.
Yeah, they're like, let's fight a people's war.
Right.
Be suspicious of any Chinese person you see, because that's what they're calling for.
Right.
They're calling for Chinese people to be suspicious of any American. Right now.
Correct.
Okay, and fight a people's war and watch them and stuff.
So I just want to show the hypocrisy is they call for actual xenophobia.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, America tiptoes around that kind of stuff and is very diplomatic about it, to be honest, by and large. They're not telling Americans to go out there and find suspicion in Chinese people.
No.
Just want to show you the difference.
Absolutely. Okay, time for our Q&A, where we answer your questions and you question our answers. Let's get stuck in.
I Heaven C says, pretty sure the song copies the Carolyn Costner style on YouTube. Check her out. It's bizarrely good. Oh, so maybe Deer Show ripped something off.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised at all.
I really wouldn't. I'll check that out later.
Thank you.
Next. The failures of the World Health Organization like IAEA need to be readdressed in regards to the CCP and PRC. What can average citizens do?
What, with the failures of the World Health Organization? I mean, it's very simple. Just hold people to account. You know, hold these organizations are there to do a specific job. If they're not doing a specific job, we've got to call them out. And at the same time, this was a big wake-up call. Don't put complete trust in these organizations. When something bad is happening, make sure that you have multiple sources of information. All right? Just prepare yourself. And don't trust them completely and implicitly like the world did during the COVID outbreak.
Right. Thank you, Ji Che. Aaron Young, thank you. Prophecy G1. As much as I want Dune to be good, it's a heavily political novel where the protagonists are desert-dwelling Muslim analogs being exploited for the resources and labor being produced by China-owned legendary pictures. That's a good point.
Yeah, interesting.
Aaron Young, thank you both again. E-Beat fan. Anyone want to play that new world game? What?
I don't know what it is. Something. I have no idea what that is.
Carla, it's 4 a.m. in Bangkok. I believe with all our loyal, very loyal supporters and viewers, we can initiate combined effort on CCP control. Start small, go big. I'll put my hand up and start to develop this. Nice.
Thank you.
Daniel Wilcox, Biden says that the U.S. will protect Taiwan against CCP China. Yes, and I think China is going to be very upset about that tomorrow morning.
Yeah, it's going to be another red line that they've crossed.
And then the last final red line. It's always the last final red line, according to the CCP.
China's just up, like, they just love to bluster. They have so many bloody red lines. They've got no other kind of lines.
Right. Would that be like how he protected American citizens and worker friends in Afghanistan? Well, it's a step in the right direction. That acknowledgement was a big deal.
Huge.
Humanity never learns. Things are getting more dire every day. Thanks for that real... Thanks. Yeah, I think you need to bridge the gap.
Yeah, you need to bridge the gap.
I don't even know. I don't endorse this, though.
Do they have do they have a positive song on there?
Let's see. The Fat Lady Sings, definitely not. That's all about murder and rape and stuff. No, okay. It's about being a drug pusher.
Yeah,
remember?
That's right.
And slinging cane.
Slinging cane, yeah. Oh, man.
Let's say stand for you. That sounds pretty nice. We stand for Jesus. That's positive.
I guess.
Anonymous Hacksaw, do you agree with Lila Farley that this may be the start of a broad NBA ban in China? I would agree with that, potentially.
I mean, if they don't back down, if they don't discipline that player, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, they almost shut down the whole of the NBA because of what Murray tweeted. So
right.
And that was innocuous. This is an
directly
actual
targeted Xi Jinping.
But you know, the thing is, the fact that he mentioned Xi Jinping immediately got everything shut down. So the Chinese netizens can't even get angry about it because they don't know about it.
That's what I was going to say, is this is the best way to do this, because what you can, if you say, F the CCP, down with the oppression in China, China will say, oh, look at these people are being racist, right?
Yeah.
But if you say F Xi Jinping, then nobody can even know about it. They can't even broadcast
They're
it.
not allowed to say, this guy said something bad, because the words
awesome.
that he said is...
Right.
It's just too much for
them. They won't
to
even
handle.
bring it. So it's a blanket, censorship.
Yeah.
Kavalolidas Aeonas sounds like you're Greek. Thank you very much. Logo app. I know you guys joke about confusing Canada with China in the podcast, but I just want you guys to know that lots of Canadians hate the CCP too. We know.
Okay,
we know.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Tacit Turn says CGTN repeatedly admitted that the virus escaped from a lab in Wuhan. The Wayback Machine shows their deleted content, and we do remember that so well.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
One Love. Even Spanish flu probably started in China. Can either reference China epicenter of 1918 flu pandemic historian.
I heard about that. I read into that, and they said that it's possible laborers coming from China are the ones that were, but the problem is there's no way to prove that. It's too far back in history, and there's no point. It's called the Spanish flu. It's going to be called the Spanish flu.
It's fine.
It's how it is.
I'm dumb but not that dumb, says pronounce Ryan spelt lion, like he's lying.
Okay.
The science changed. Just learned about the century of humiliation. Does that part of history still have a significant effect on the CCP's mentality?
That's the only thing that they care about. That one century of humiliation is their motivation for what they do. They use that as an excuse for everything. The foreigners, they bullied us, etc. It's our turn now, that kind of thing.
Alex says, great show with research and clips to back your point. Hope kids on TikTok don't fall for these history revisions. And that's the problem. There's tons of propaganda out there.
Yeah.
Denise Strada, thank you very much. Sal said, son of a mother.
It always does this.
This gets me real mad.
You've gone far too far.
I've gone too
there
far.
It is, somewhere
I've overstepped my boundaries.
Yeah.
Sal came in late. Did you guys see the NBA player? Yes,
we did.
Dag Andreasen says, I don't get why the people accept all the crap their leader does and cover up for the Chinese people. Can't they vote him out as a leader?
No. There's no voting in China. No. Doesn't work like that in a dictatorship and authoritarian
I don't know what
regime.
you've been told, but China's not a democracy.
No.
One Love says, Sal, yes, they did cover Kanter. Thank you very much. Phil Wilson says, every time you hit the Daszak button, my head nods to the beat. I can't help it.
Good. For those of you who don't know who Peter Daszak is he's one of the reasons the world was really blinded to what was going on with COVID in the beginning.
It's a real pain in my Daszaks.
Yeah, exactly.
Alan C. says, my hero. Thank you. Why does this evil uncle keep staring on the camera? I'm like,
He keeps coming back.
Oh, does he actually keep coming back?
No, it's just like a 10-minute clip that's on
But
loop.
I've seen it happen like 5 times in the past minute.
Oh, weird.
So I think he's on loop.
No, he's not on loop.
Okay, Santi, it's been a while since I've caught you live. New position at work. PSA, cotton balls have many uses.
Oh, they're
interesting. Johnny Azul says, Winston, please say sissy pants.
Sissy pants.
There you go. That's becoming a thing, eh?
For some reason.
Michael Flanagan, we should outlaw CCP officials from owning U.S. land. Agreed.
Absolutely, but they all do. That's the thing. And farms and all sorts of other things.
Not Chinese people, CCP officials.
Yeah, CCP officials.
Hauntus Farmer says, kicked in the Daszaks. I wanted to comment that it sounds like D and B all in one. YouTube censored that. Okay.
Oh, it does? Okay. Just had to throw a bit of Daszak with his Eco-Death Alliance who tricked the world.
Lockville Zoo. Been watching for a couple of years, but second time, love. what you both do. Keep it up.
Thank you so much.
Pierre Moyenan says, long-time watcher via your respective channels since visiting China in 2018. First time catching this live. Much love from Denver.
Thanks for joining us live. It means a lot.
John Doe says, drinking bros, here we go again, are former Navy SEALs who cover many subjects. Some subjects for levity and some seriousness. I mentioned in our live chat, people sounded very excited about having Winston and Matthew on the show. Okay, we'll have to
we'll
watch
them
them.
up. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm sorry, we had no idea who they were.
We don't know who they are, so we'll find out. Thank you.
To be fair, we don't watch a whole lot about like a ton of long-form media, to be honest.
No, not really.
Maurice Stripmatter, who is this Peter and what did he do? Just curious.
You mean Peter Daszak by any chance? The guy who duped the world? Yeah.
Hassan Zahid, how safe do you think it is to head to Hong Kong for an American? Make sure you have not said anything about the CCP online.
Well, that's what he said. Might have posted some critical... look, a few things on social media is not going to be a big deal. No. But if you're well known, like...
If you are an influencer...
If you're an influencer, if you're a dissident, if you're anything like that, don't do it. But otherwise, you'll be okay.
If you're just a dude that posts some bad shit online about the
like
CCP,
we wouldn't be able to go.
No.
But
they would literally be like...
Sure.
You'd be thrown in jail.
Sure.
Visiting Earth says, do you think average IQ is lower in China?
No, it's actually higher.
It's much higher. Chinese people are, on average, much smarter than white people.
And better watch out. Are you going through that what do they call it? Ethnogenics something?
It's true though. On average,
absolutely. Like if you want to look at an IQ test,
if you're talking about IQ, I'm sorry, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, absolutely. No, in general, Chinese people have a very high IQ. Having a high IQ doesn't really mean all that much when it comes to life. Neither is having a low IQ.
And this doesn't have anything to do with Chinese people anyway. It's about their authoritarian government that keeps a boot on their face.
Yeah, exactly.
The science changed.
So that kind of proves that you can have a high IQ but not be smart. If you're going to be allowing a government to stand on your face,
you don't have a choice.
I know you don't have a choice, but you could rally.
It's very easy to say, isn't it?
Of course, it's difficult to do.
The science changed. Thanks for all you do. It takes real courage to stand up to the CCP. Thank you very much.
Yep.
John Simmons, Balzac source. Search YouTube for Balzac commercial. You might say that, but you would be
actually wrong.
And we will never tell you where it comes from.
Yeah, because it's not that. We actually have the original VHS that this comes from.
We do. I don't think anyone knows that.
We have the original.
I don't think anyone has the original.
Yeah, we
own it.
We have the original that was sent as like
Hollywood.
A demo tape to Hollywood. Yeah, from Hollywood. We have that. Believe it or not.
No joke. That's not even a joke.
It's not a joke.
And so you will never actually find it.
Well, you might.
Well, you might find like a non-original version.
We have the original VHS.
But it is not the Balzac commercial.
No.
A lot of people...
Although that's kind of similar.
It's quite... I mean, it is and it isn't. It sounds similar, but it has nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
Paul Leach, any advice for a South African student teaching?
You okay? Teaching overseas in Hong Kong, bless you.
Oh, I slipped this.
Being given an opportunity to do so, and I'm desperate to get the hell out of SA. Yeah, I'd say go for it. There's nothing wrong with Hong Kong. Look, there's a lot wrong with Hong Kong. I take that back. But Hong Kong you could still have a good time there, and it's a hell of a lot better than South Africa. So yes, I'd say go for it.
Just make sure you're not a Chinese dissident.
Don't get involved in politics and that kind of thing.
And don't speak out when you're there.
Yeah. But Hong Kong, you'll still be fine for a number of years, I believe.
Okay. Simon Mayo, thank you very much. Click on run. You guys got to understand.
You got to understand China.
Love what you do. Stay awesome.
Thank you.
Too. Viol999, do you think it will be a good idea for Taiwan to require citizens to do 1 year military service of fully armed civilian populace similar to us,
they already
Israel
do.
And Switzerland? No, they don't allow them to have guns.
No, but I'm saying require citizens to do a 1 year of military.
Yes,
yeah,
they do. They have conscription.
They have conscription. They do military service. They don't have guns,
but they might need to.
Yeah.
Bjarni Christiansen, I bet... What? I don't know.
Yeah, don't even know what that means.
Sorry. Just saying, 1986. Hey guys, I just want to confirm that I was a regular viewer up until the start of the year. Anyway, can you recommend any books you've read on China? Lots. I like the Peter Hessler books. They're great.
I don't read books, so sorry.
Can't believe you admit that.
What? There's nothing wrong with not reading books. I mean, I've read some books in my lifetime.
Sure.
And graphic novels count?
No.
Yeah, just kidding.
Case closed 93.
I do read books, but I'm not a big fan. It's true. I mean,
it's a weird thing to say. It's just so weird.
If I read stuff, it's on my computer.
No, I think you need to address this and say you read a lot.
Yeah, but not.
You just don't read paper.
I'm not
books.
sitting there like reading a Jane Austen novel or something, you know,
Sure,
on the
'cause
beach,
that's
50
all-
Shades of
'cause
Grey.
That's
or whatever.
all it is.
Yeah, I'm not
That's
doing
all
that.
that books are.
Yeah, pretty
Right.
much. Yeah, Hardy Boys or something. You know?
Goddamn books.
Yeah, I know.
Getting in people's
Paper,
minds, teaching them stuff.
Getting all like moldy and stuffy.
Yeah, gosh.
Yeah.
Case Calls 93. Even U.S. President Polk had a Chinese tattoo 200 years ago.
Oh, interesting.
Maxim Stepanek. I can tell you, it probably wasn't freaking, what is it, camphor disgusting bird or a demon bird.
Demon bird. Yeah.
Maxim Stepanek just finished the Celtic course. You guys debated China or Japan for teaching English. I was playing in Korea. Korea's a great one.
Korea, yeah.
Could Yemi Park ever join your streams? Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
One Love. Here in Singapore, they say cuckoo jiao or cuckoo bird, referring to the thing attached to the leg. Oh, the thing that's attached to male's legs.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha.
Visiting Earth. Xi Jinping
Webbed
is Winnie the
foot.
Pooh. I don't care where your bird is. Mine's attached to my legs.
All right, good for you.
Moritz Strittmatter. My German colleagues just cracked up about my command of Chabudo yesterday as they dealt with a Chinese company bought by Sony for 2 years.
Interesting.
Good one. Josh Osborne. My wife thinks I look cute in tighty whities, but I don't like how cotton feels in my Daszak.
Oh no.
That's a good one. I'm worried if I tell her it would not be good Chinese manners. What should I do?
Yeah.
I Heaven C says Liobing can also mean taking meth. Yeah,
that's what we say,
correct. J Honey 11 propaganda song equals copy tough love Disney villain parody. It does. It's got like Disney villain vibes.
It does
the
in a
Deer
way.
Show song.
Yeah.
Deer Show.
I know. Deer.
What a name.
It's
not a show
ridiculous.
about deer.
No, it's not. I just can't think of an analog to that. What would like
I guess her name might be Lu or something, right? In Chinese.
maybe, but what
Something
else
like-
is like an obscure animal that you wouldn't normally talk about?
$10 says that's her English
It's like
name.
tortoise concert.
Yeah, tortoise concert.
You know what I mean?
And you go and watch violinists play songs about not tortoises.
Yeah.
Deer Show.
Deer Show, yeah. Anyway.
Dave M. My tattoo is an anti-trafficking message that says every girl is worth protecting in Khmer. That's cool.
That's awesome.
I had it printed first and showed it to my Khmer friends. That is correct.
That's what you want.
I made sure it didn't say I like omelets.
Yes.
Cheers. And that puts you streets ahead of these celebrities.
Yeah, if you're going to get a tattoo in a different language, please, for the love of everything, go and find out from someone who speaks the language
Correct.
natively what it means.
And if it's Chinese, you can ask us.
Yeah.
DJ, I don't have any tattoos either, but I'm thinking about getting an ADV or your logo. Which one should I get? I would feel so honored, but at the same time, do it if you really love it.
Buy merch, rather.
Yeah, and if you really want to get the tattoo, that's
Absolutely,
fine. We just don't want to be beholden.
No.
But what if we change the logo or something?
No, we won't.
We won't.
We're pretty stuck in our ways.
Yeah.
The logo is pretty cool,
Stuck
the
in
helmets.
severe back pain is what
Yeah,
I am. Tum-Tums, Winston, at the end of 2019, you mentioned something that blew your mind on racism that traveled in the USA. Is this it is the ultimate suspense, or did I miss it? No, you told that story.
I told the story. It's called my Christmas racism story or something. It's on my channel. Yeah.
A.M. Malloy says, I recently discovered a YouTuber, and he's a shill if I ever saw one.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, how do you pronounce the Chinese family name Chen? It's Chen.
Chen, yeah.
Anyway, stay awesome.
Yeah, he is definitely a shill. Definitely, yeah.
Epic BTU, thank you very much. Ehang Glide, thank you very much. Quentin Stanford, any relation to Tarantino?
Why? It's his first name, not his last name. Okay, all right.
First time catching you guys. You know, Chinese names, family name comes first.
Yeah.
First time catching you guys. Tell me that guy's not looking at us over and over again.
What, the old man?
Yeah.
The Spitman?
Spitman.
Yeah, he is.
Not every 10 minutes, it's every one.
That's every 10 minutes. Wait, look at the time now and later you can see. Yeah.
Okay. Quentin Stanford says, first time catching you guys live while trucking down these roads. Never forget Balzac.
Yes, never forget. Old Peter, who, you know what he did by now.
Colin Weeks with the 444 says, when's the next episode of Chinese Espresso?
Oh.
You guys really like to dig up the dirt on us.
Yeah,
don't
that was something we tried to do way back at how many years ago was that? Like 7 years ago?
Cool, gotta be like 7 years ago, yeah.
We decided, okay, we're going to try this thing about putting out a bunch of videos a week on our channel.
Every day, one a day.
And it was one every 2 days.
Yeah, 2 days. We alternated.
But it was like, yeah. And we thought we'd teach some basic Chinese. So we made this thing called Chinese Espresso. Look it up if you want to see us embarrassed. Yeah.
What were we doing?
Yep.
Mountain Shark, thank you very much. Mountain Shark, what is TRY? What is that?
What do you mean?
What is that?
Try?
No, TRY currency.
Oh, I don't know.
Let's see. Turkish lira. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Next one says Tuifan Gongchandang, which means overthrow the Communist Party. Thank you for visiting Earth. Brian Watson, I was able to catch the podcast live today. Have a great Friday. And you as well.
You too. I hope you have a wonderful weekend.
Black Halo 6, I'm late again. Got to catch up.
Awesome.
Maxim Manov says, first time catching you live. Awesome work.
Thank you.
Where does the name Sea Milk come from? There's a video for you. Go to his channel, SerpentZA, and then type in...
Fake Police and Sea Milk.
Yeah, Fake Police and Sea Milk.
Yeah.
One Love, just turned 40, so I need to get my Daszak checked. Early detection of ski. I heard
about
that. Yeah, you have to get your Daszak checked when you're 40, right? Did you get yours checked?
No.
No? Because like, that's when that problem happens.
What problem?
Like prostate stuff.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
My one uncle died of prostate cancer recently.
You probably should get that checked.
Probably will.
How old is he?
I actually don't know, 60 something maybe.
So he had Daszak cancer.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Nice guy.
I guess that would be testicular cancer, prostate, but it's the same region.
Cancer.
Yeah, I'm saying that the Daszak cancer
Oh,
would be
right,
prostate cancer, but we could say that prostate is part of the
Absolutely.
part of the whole system of the Daszaks.
Yeah. Yep.
Dabu, what's up with the sudden surge of learning Mandarin Instagram account? I'm actually going to be covering that.
Yeah.
I found a source of where all these learned Chinese things are coming from.
For sure.
Joey Chung, you guys are awesome. Love the podcast. We love
Thank you.
Novastar, hello from
Philippines.
Philippines, but that doesn't have.
No,
the
that doesn't have the thing.
I believe it's.
That's something
else.
else.
This is Czech Republic.
Is that?
Yes.
Yeah. Czech. Okay. Sorry.
Czech Republic. Czechia. Do you plan on visiting Europe? We do.
Yes.
China is. Novastar says China is green, but Paris is green.
Okay.
Bombad bin Laden or something. Sheminsky here. Who's that?
Okay.
How did you guys meet? Is there a video explain that? There is. It's called How We Met.
Yeah.
It's on my channel.
Is it on your channel?
Yeah.
I think
so
we
our
did
first
one on
meeting.
ADVChina.
Oh, we also did on there.
Yeah. ADVChina. When we were in Taiwan, we made that whole thing.
We did, and we explained it in detail.
Yeah. So you can go check it out.
Check ADVChina. How did we meet?
Yeah.
It's called.
Yeah.
Jay Leo, if China wants to move away from English in schools, how can their international students pass the English part of the SAT and GRE exam to go to foreign universities to study? I think you can kind of figure out where this is going. China is not going for the export so much in the future as it is to close down completely.
You also have to realize that, unfortunately, having been in that whole sector, you know, when it comes to preparing students to go overseas, there's a lot of cheating involved.
Yeah.
A lot of the students couldn't speak English at all, if only a little. But because they had rich parents and connections, they would get other people to write their tests for them, other people to write their certain things for them. There's all sorts of scandals out there so that they could get their positions in the schools.
Sure.
Not saying all of them, but there were a fair amount.
Nova Frass, not a super chat, just wanted to say my condolences. Apparently he broke his Daszaks.
Oh, you broke your Daszaks?
He had to wrap them in cotton bandages.
Oh, no.
The YouTube says, here's some money towards Sea Milk Suit Fund. You know, just for that, I'll wear a suit jacket next episode.
Cool.
Sorry, you know.
I think it's...
Okay,
yeah,
M-Boy says, I'm a bit skeptical of Volvo cars going public ever since the owner is Geely. I also got really upset about that. Am I right to be? Do you have any examples of Chinese buying up Western companies and how that can go? Oh, we certainly do. Should we do a Chinese car episode?
Yes.
Okay.
Put that down. That'll be a good one.
Remember, what was some of those amazing ones we said?
Zotia and stuff.
Yeah, Zotia and...
Go Now.
Go Now.
Yeah. Chinese cars,
Chinese podcast car episode.
Yeah, because I owned a Chinese car.
Yes, and we've driven.
I actually found a picture of that just the other day when I parked it next to the Toyota Yaris, and you couldn't tell the difference.
Yeah.
It's just a complete copy of a Yaris, yeah.
Miss Holly, you've been binge watching the podcast. Well done. Can I get a ball sack? You certainly can.
Of course
Holly.
you can. We actually have different versions of the ball sack thing, which we're going to be unveiling maybe next time.
Yeah, we should actually prove it to everyone.
Yeah.
Because they probably don't believe that we have the original.
We have the original
Hollywood copy.
Yeah.
And I'm not joking
about
the
demo of that thing.
The real thing.
Yes.
The problem is we probably won't be able to tell you what it is because it'll ruin the mystery. Where was I? Where am I here?
The NBA thing.
Oh, geez, yeah. The NBA, like DC, Marvel, and Disney, is on the wrong side of history.
Okay, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Next we have, where are we? Did you see the new Chinese show called Yo Yu Shang Li? That's the ripoff of Squid Game. We covered it a little bit. Did we cover it in the
No, we didn't actually. They've made a copy of it.
I talked to you about it.
Yeah, we'll bring that up. They made a knockoff version of Squid Game. Chinese knockoff, which is, it's predictable. Hey, that guy's looking at us.
Yeah,
again.
and that wasn't 10 minutes.
It was 10 minutes.
Was it now?
Yeah, it was 10 minutes. Yeah, 100% was 10 minutes.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't.
Count.
It was 8 minutes.
8 minutes. Okay.
Would you guys ever go to South Korea? Yes, we would.
Absolutely.
Seth Wilson, who started calling the WHO guy ballsack? I actually have no idea.
We just came up with it.
I actually think someone in the live chat did.
No, I'm pretty sure when we were riding around and we were filming the episode about him.
Oh, when
we
we
just
were
came
doing
up
the
with it. It's
expose.
like more like Peter Ballsack, you know?
Yeah, I think it just came naturally.
Yeah, pretty much.
As Daszaks do.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Well, they can be milked, I guess. Matthew
whatever.
Hawkins. Are there any underground music scenes in China? Yes. Are they somewhat anti-government, anti-establishment? No. If there's a punk scene in China, I hope they push back.
I have a friend who's part of a band in China.
Yeah.
And before they're allowed to play, go on live and play, they have to submit their lyrics.
Just like the Soviet Union.
Yeah, to like a censorship board, basically. And they have to be approved whether or not they're allowed to go and sing the song on stage. That's how bad it is.
Josh Osborne says, it's kind of corny. But I got Carpe Diem tattooed on me in Chinese, right?
Yeah.
Are these characters correct? And then he typed in Chinese Jiang Tian Yuan, which means rape.
Rape.
I'm sorry, Josh. You might have screwed up, but in fact, I support that even more.
It's really hilarious.
Because you're bringing attention to the plight of trafficked women.
Yeah, rape babe.
Ratel, are there any heroes in People's Republic of China right now? Yes, I'm not laughing at that.
No.
There's a lot of heroes, especially the whistleblowers and stuff.
Absolutely. Sneezing ping.
That's tired. Nova Star, I meant the China is Paris green. Oh, yeah, good. Yeah, toxic pigment of green. That's good.
Yes,
I like that. Kicked in the Tanks is a mobile game where you play as Tank Man in Tiananmen Square in 1999. I didn't know.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Moritz Strip Matter says, I made a lot of money writing essays for Chinese students in England, not complaining though.
Yeah, you see, that's what I'm talking about. Is I was approached too. I'm sure you were as well.
I said no.
And yeah, I said no as well. But what I'd also often get is some absolutely ridiculously worded thing. And obviously it was just machine translated, you know? So what they'd have done is written their essay in Chinese, got it machine translated, and then they ask you to correct it. And it would be like, it would make no sense because you can't just do a Google Translate of an essay. It never comes out right. And the first one I was working at this company, like, can you fix the grammar and stuff in this? And it took me like hours to fix just the first couple of paragraphs. Because it was just, I couldn't understand what was going on. I had to rewrite it.
Right.
And I was like, what is this for? And when I found out, it's like, oh, it's the essay that's going to be submitted for their, whatever it is, to go to England. I'm like, no, I'm not doing this.
No way.
What the hell?
Yeah, because oftentimes what they do is they tell you, oh, can you correct this? Or can you write this? You know, like we'll pay you for a textbook or something. And it's actually you're writing essays for.
Yeah, there's a huge cheating culture, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And they've caught a lot of people overseas, like in the States and so on, where the same person would go and pretend to be someone else to go write the exams.
Yes.
You've seen that, right?
Yes.
They caught a bunch of people.
Correct.
Because it's unfortunate, but they'd take the other person's passport and the examiners and stuff wouldn't be able to tell the difference between one Asian and another. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the stupid thing. So they'd be like, this is me. Meanwhile, it's a completely different person. Go write the exam, pass. And then they'd pitch up the next week or whatever. This is me, someone else's passport. It's just like, what the hell? You know, the fact they got away with that for so long.
The Daszaks on those guys.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. How much for a cheat essay? I think they were getting like 300. If I converted, it'd probably be about $300 a pop. Chris L says, started watching for the bikes and Chinese food, stayed to fight the CCP. Have a brew on me, boys.
Thank you,
What
mate.
a transition we went through.
Yeah.
One love from Singapore. Gents, I'm sure many of us miss seeing your wives and family. On behalf of the team, we hope they are well, safe.
Thank you.
and
They
Thank
are.
you. Appreciate
They are.
that. Yeah. Zhejiang Wang says, just finished watching Conquering Northern China. Awesome documentary, guys. When is your next documentary or movie going to be? As soon as we get a chance.
Yeah.
I got to fix my back and the world's got to open up.
Yeah. We're definitely doing Japan, South Korea, India. But it's just
I would say Korea and Japan would be next, probably, just by going how things
probably
are
be
going.
easier right now. Yeah. We'll see.
Anyway, yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, guys, thank you very much for being a part of this, as usual. That's the last of our questions, right?
Yes, it is.
And thank you for bearing with us. Today I've been a bit under the weather. It's been a bit of a change over here. The weather's so different where we've moved to. So I've been hit a little hard.
I literally have a slip disc. We're both kind of bad right now.
It's been a bit of a rough week, but thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for being a part of this very important conversation. You know, stay awesome, all the usual kind of stuff. But again, a heartfelt thank you from me and, of course, Seamilk and our extended families and everyone. Just every single one of you who watches our podcasts and takes part in this. You're making a change, and it's a positive change. It's something. It's something good, and you know, especially now with this whole rape thing, just the fact that we've got people that are willing to support and help and bid on that NFT and so on, it makes such a huge difference because that money is going to go to a charity, you know.
That's right.
And you know, we just hope we can make a little bit of a difference, and you know, use some of these past experiences that we've had in China and so on for good. Anyway, I can't wait to see you guys in the next video. You guys are absolutely fantastic, as usual. And let's see if I can not cut myself off this time. Do you think it's possible?
I think so.
All right, counting down to 1. 5, 4, 3,